No, I thought it was 18. I'm like, okay.
Officially, the legal drinking, the legal drinking age here is like when you're like 0 years old. You just need parental permission. But I guess that the amount of parents that actually give permission at that age is very limited. I hope so, at least.
Yeah.
I hear the French start early with drinking, though.
Yeah.
I think I had my
They do a little unoften throughout. Works quite well. Nobody grows up to be an alcoholic because they're too used to it. It's just like, this is the thing.
Gained an immunity to it.
Whereas here in Britain, the only place to go to socialize is a pub. And thus, we are the #1 alcoholics of the world.
I can't tell you how many. We are live on stream, but I can't tell you how many British tourists come here to Amsterdam just to get cheaper booze.
Yes.
I thought it was to get.
It's horrifying.
I thought it was basically to go get weed, but
no.
That's
They just go for a beer because it's cheaper.
We are the worst tourists. I hate
I'm
it
just
so
saying,
much.
if you go to Spain, like, drink is fucking piss cheap over there, man.
That's why they go to Spain a lot too.
But yeah, like you can get like a fucking like if you were to buy like say like a bottle of normal like a liter bottle of vodka here, it'd be like probably like what 20 quid. You go to like Spain, you can buy that thing for like €5 and fucking chug it in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got you European alcoholics started. Let's start the game.
Alright, so last time you guys defeated the Crusader head command, and you looted the place, and looked around for a bit, and that is where we ended last session. As you were still planning on what to do next.
Well, it is time to go, I think.
We need to go talk to. Well, I'm using the wrong voice. I'm using your voice.
Yeah, stop. Why are you doing that? Stop that.
No cultural appropriation.
It's my voice.
Sorry about that. My apologies.
You're not making it better. Stop it.
I hear it is a subconscious thing people do. They automatically just mimic the accents of people around them for no reason.
Comrade.
Y'all just catch up with me. I only have a minute. And he goes running out because I've shrunk the chair down to a size where I can carry it, and I only have a minute before it wears off. I'm running out with the crown on.
What about the chair? Why do we need the chair?
You
mean the couch?
Yeah, the couch. He just wanted the couch.
Oh, okay.
I've shrunk it down small enough that I can at least get it on my Tensors floating disk, but I only have a minute.
So, Satir, as you and Vernier are guarding the squires that the others have captured, you see Xerxes running past you in a panic.
She will clap her hands loudly 3 times. It is time to go. And she will just hither forward, making everyone come with her.
You have like 40 people with you.
No, not 40. It's 1, 2, 3. It's 8.
No, but what about all the other?
Those are outside.
They're still inside. No,
those are outside. They are inside.
Oh, how? I thought there were a bunch of squires in that room, like 20.
Yes. No, that's 8. The other squires are outside. Don't you remember? They are with McGelvin and Manouche.
Yeah, I meant that as in total, but okay.
I think there were only 4 extra squires, so it's 12 squires in total, plus like about 3, maybe 3 guards, including this guy.
Yes.
So there's only 12, not 20?
No, there's not.
Satir, the squires do not understand what you said, but Vernier understood it, and she basically pushed one of the squires to the direction that she wanted to follow you.
Yeah.
as
I
you
am,
guys are running or traveling after Xerxes.
yes. I am. I'm dragging the archer guy with me
All right.
as we
Well,
go.
you can just tell him to follow you.
No, I'm dragging him with me until I get to Humphrey Free, at which point I just throw him onto the back of Humphrey Free and.
I'm grabbing all the. I will silently be grabbing all the war horses and camels that
All
she
of
isn't
them? How
grabbing.
the hell do you do all of them?
Huh? Well, it
With
is
the
quite
rope.
possible. You grab the reins and you tie the reins behind one horse.
You have to basically animal check each one of them.
Just to mention, I will be carrying the corpse of the princess. The rest of the corpse,
So
you know.
you're not gonna eat
I
the
have the
entire
head.
corpse anymore.
Well, no, I will. Just not. Just I just feel like we didn't
It's
have
for
time because
dinner.
well, he's
It's
running along, and I've
corpse.
got
It's what's for dinner.
got corpse. You know, corpse,
You gotta,
corpse.
you gotta
Um,
pace yourself in these situations,
is
otherwise you're gonna
anybody?
end up with a stitch.
Yeah, to be
Uh,
fair, I've eaten a lot of people today. Like legitimately, like eaten like at least 3 guys.
uh,
That is
Grimlock.
that is an accurate estimate.
You can probably
Grimlock.
see an imprint of a hand on your stomach from the other side.
Grimlock. Before you go, could you speak with the? Could you speak with these animals and tell them to follow us?
I can't. Not today. I didn't think I would need to talk to animals. I can attempt to convince them via normal means.
Hmm.
Okay.
Like, what
I
do you?
have a plan. It is
I
not a
wa-
great plan. It is an awesome plan, but it is.
What? Jim,
We gotta- Okay, here is my plan. I am going to grab their food, hold it in front of them, and then run away, and they will follow me because I have their food.
I think there's one part of that. You need to untie them first.
This is none of this is going to go well. None of it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're all like. I'm pretty sure, DM. When I look at these, they're all like tied up to like a post at least. I don't think they're just like freestanding here.
I like to think that at this point, Shemao and Amenhotep are just so fucked up in the head right now that they're like doing stupid shit without realizing it.
Mhm.
It's just like,
Yeah, but like I don't know, like, but where are we gonna like if we take them all? Like, where are we gonna put them?
Mm,
we need
Like,
at least enough for the party. I'm not
I
trying
know.
to.
Well, we could take like, yeah, well, we can do that. But I just mean like, if we take every single camel and horse, it'd be like that's like 20 animals on one ship, including the other prisoners we take. It's just you know, logistically, it would be a bit of a nightmare.
we can take what we need and leave the rest for the village folk.
That's
Even
not a bad
just
idea.
selling some beasts of burden might help them repair things.
Sure, I can try to get some of them. Let's see if I can.
Mm.
If I could kick.
Make an animal handling check for each
Yeah,
horse you want.
Okay, I'm gonna use healing word on myself because I am in kicking range and I would rather not be dead.
Oh, I will use like 9 points of lay on hands on you.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm just a
You have
so.
like one left, on.
Yeah,
Okay, so I get it
in case of an emergency.
3 plus 9. Okay, I might get a decent health now. Sorry, there. That should be right. Okay, I think so. We want one for each body member, and we've got what, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, yeah. So one. Wait, do you want one as well? Don't you have a horse already?
No, it is for what's her name? Veneer.
Oh, okay. So like, so how many do we
I
need then?
don't really like horses.
Okay, no horse for you. Do you like
Do
a
you
camel?
like camel?
No,
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm not a real mount girl.
Fair
Got
enough.
you. So we need to get
Okay.
you a flying carpet.
How many do
Well,
we need? One for Xerxes, one for Satio. You've already got your Shemao. I don't really need one, but I'll take one. Is that it, really? Well, yeah.
Well, we
that seems
are.
about right.
What's her name already has one. Uh, the lady with the Eldritch Blast.
You mean your? Wait, do you mean your own servant?
Yes, yes, I do.
Ah, you mean your slave? Yes.
Yes.
You
Yes.
commonly
don't
have to
have
you have to reduce them to something that you don't even remember their names of, because else you will start feeling guilty about their slavery.
Out of character,
Oh.
Tarvik's having a bad day remembering things.
No, it's all right.
Especially
No,
names.
it's all right. It's
Stop
all right.
fucking with me.
Oh my god. That's so
Uh,
Back in character, she's not a slave.
nobody said that.
I-
literally nobody said that.
Somebody,
was-
I thought
that was-
Vernier said
oh my-
that.
Veneer
No, that
said
was
it,
the-
yeah.
Oh,
Vernier just said that.
Oh, but yeah, I thought, to be fair, with the voice, I thought it was just you staying in the line. But sure,
No.
I'll just take these group of I'll try to get these war horses, and we can just let the camels go free.
Well,
Oh,
I will try to
Darn.
get a couple of camels using animal handling.
Okay.
You're not slave, not leader of your harem.
I do not have a harem. It's out of character. It was literally the dice that rolled.
Oh, no, it's
They-
fine, but we all understand the dice. The dice, yes, the dice.
Wink, wink.
But-
Wink. But sorry,
I still remember someone saying during downtime, like, I want all my new followers to be women because that's hilarious.
Yes.
We have
That
several
was during
witnesses here.
downtime. That was during downtime, and that is correct because it is hilarious.
But
But
it means new dice. Go ahead,
but the
Grimlock.
ones before that were nice. Go ahead.
I will give myself guidance and attempt to convince this horse to come along. Animal handling. There it is. I was not going alphabetically there for a second, so I was like trying to find it.
Wow, that's good.
D4.
There you go. 1.
Okay, I'll just do this real quick. I'm not gonna roleplay the exact situation I do with each of these fucking horses. 21. I'm pretty sure that's enough, but yeah, I'll roll the d4 if I think I need to, because otherwise it should be all right. Yep, 25.
Yep.
And okay, I'll roll d4 with that one then. That is
Also
a
good.
17. Yep. Okay. So good. We have more horses. That's good enough. Like, do we just want to let the camels go then? Oh wait, no, he's
Oh,
going
and
to
a monotip tries to get a camel.
What was it?
You
It's
rolled
a
a
3.
3.
The camel spits at me.
Camel tries to kick you.
Oh no, he bruises like a bear.
No, I don't.
No, you don't, but I like saying it because it's kind of funny.
Roll
Monotip
20 is
here.
being weird today for me.
The camel tries to bite at you because it apparently doesn't have a hoof attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
it seems
makes
more
sense.
character for a camel to bite you.
A 16 will miss a monotip.
Monotep isn't even mad. He's like, no, it's just one of those days. I will try again with another camel.
I'm gonna watch this.
This one also tries to bite you.
I am not going to help at any point. I just want to watch.
One more camel, and then if that doesn't work, he's just done
And that one also tries to bite you.
with a 13.
Yep.
it's impressive that they are trying to bite you and not spit up stomach acid at you.
Yes. Camels are
No, the-
nasty little beasties.
Yes.
Wow, these are like
But they have
thought
such
a 13
beautiful
would be-
eyelashes.
Well, you have to count for these camels and war horses have been raised by the Crusaders.
Oh yes, they are probably horribly, horribly traumatized. I mean, look at that one. It is just staring off into space.
Yeah, that one's really vacant looking. Like, I'm concerned for whatever gets in front of it next.
Yeah.
Hey, on, go talk to that one.
Sure. Are you going to give me guidance?
I go over and I pat him on the back and give him some guidance for the I call the most traumatized one, even though if it is not, I don't care. It's saying this either way.
You know what? If it is the most traumatized one, it should have advantage on kicking, biting me.
I give you guidance, then I run away.
It's like it's the meanest and hairiest looking. Hold on, I'm having problems with
This one you succeed at.
Wait, I wanna. Wait 1 second. I want to see how much I would get on the D4. I pressed it. I don't... Oh, this camel loves me.
This one is the most traumatized one, and it bonds with you on your trauma.
Drama, yeah.
Oh, good. Look, that
It's
trauma
like
bonding.
like puts his head on your shoulder and like it almost looks like it giving you a hug.
I can also,
One of those animals that get to wear the T-shirts and get to go on the planes with people and stuff. They're called you know
Emotional
what I'm talking.
support camel.
Yeah, emotional support camel.
that brings a tear to my eye.
I didn't know you had tear ducts.
No, well, okay, I don't, but I was trying to make it feel nice.
Oh, metaphorically, I get that.
Yeah. I'm trying to use those metaphors you always talk about.
So
Yeah.
we will just tell the village of where this camel. I mean, where
Not that
they can
far
come
away.
and get. Yeah, they can come and get the camels later.
Yeah. Okay.
So we
I
will
will
leave them
lead this train of king war horses.
and I will lead. And I will lead this one camel. No, I can ride the camel actually.
You look like a fucking army.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He wanted the horses, man. I'm just helping him. I don't know what we're gonna do with these horses, but we got them.
I lift up the head of the Crusader archer on the back of my horse, and I'm like, "Please tell the young squires to follow us." Yes.
Wait, did you do that in the Crusader Archer or the
Crusader archer.
Oh yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I would like to heavily state Satir has get the fuck out vibes right now after Xerxes walked past. So she is not waiting around for you guys with these horses and
that's
Oh
camels.
no,
She's
we
That's
completely
get the fuck
understand.
out vibes, you know?
Okay.
Howdy.
All right. So we finish with this, and we walk out, and you've already left with everyone.
Yeah.
GM, we're still like minutes from what happened, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking as soon as he gets out, the emotions hit Xerxes finally. So like he's a little bit away from the opening. There's vomit. There's tears. It's like an overwhelming flow of every emotion this little guy has, realizing what he's done. Everybody tried to comfort him, but it's now that he's had a chance to think, it's hit him. If you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, that happens at every disaster area. Like I've ever volunteered at. Like the trauma victims, there's always one or two that help everybody else, and the moment that they stop helping, that's when the trauma hits them.
So I slowly tuck the decapitated topless head into a bag while trying to see through tears, and it's like the vomit tears, so they're burning his eyes. Like I try to press digitate, more stuff comes out. Oh no!
Um,
Tie it up. I'll give that to Satir later.
DM, I will also be taking
Please let Xerxes do his thing first.
Oh, I thought.
If you still,
Sorry, I thought he was finished.
Yeah, that's what it is. But
Okay.
but like I assume I'm close enough to like.
Satir was
like
following you.
McGelvin-
Shazika with her passive perception, she could have heard it.
Yeah, and McGelvin would have seen it was me come out and stuff, so they don't think some crazy dry heaving monster just ran out of the cave. Because he's also a vegetarian, so that's some nasty stuff coming up. But yeah, he's just like I assume a minute has passed, so the couch, even though it's on the tensor's floating disc, it's back to full size and he's just leaning against it.
Yeah.
As the light of the world hits onto your clothes and your form is full out to the world, the mix of matter on the ground, on your cloth that wraps around you, the leaning, the heaving, the tears mixed together. Is that a fucking couch?
Wanted that couch. Xerxes gonna Xerxes.
He needed it for his ship hovel.
Yeah, he's getting fancier. He's also becoming like one of those hoarders that you see on TV.
Satyr will pick up Xerxes and put him on the flamboyant pink
Yeah.
couch.
First time he has ever panicked when she grabs him because he sees like a glowing version of Satyr at first, still GM. And since our Satyr wasn't there, see, he's immediately no, and just like falls into her because like there was swinging coming on. I assume that she just did the child thing, hold him at arm's length. All right, he's done, and just like buries himself.
You at first feel her arms wrap at your shoulders as you begin to wail and twitch and tug from her. She holds you in that position for quite some time before you could feel her start to ease from the tension and pull you in closer as you wrap around her.
Yeah.
She begins to stroke down your back and pat at it, saying no words during this time. Feeling the matter.
And he is babbling. There's a lot of but you yeah, and then he just holds up a bag that I'm sure is very like bloody. Wouldn't it be, GM?
Yeah, definitely.
As you hold up this bloodied bag, the cloth enveloped in all of this mixture of unknown substances developed through it, frayed and thick with the smell of rot. She holds onto it and places it at the side. And she begins to soothe you.
Oh, one thing, you would notice he's wearing a crown that does not fit him
That's very cute.
because he is not attuned to it.
It looks like this.
A smile crosses her face as she begins to tilt the crown into the appropriate length, trying to have it more seated upon your head, mixed with the veil that holds and binds around your forehead.
Can I, Jim, if she'll release me, can I just like set crisscross applesauce on the ground and just like go into myself for a little bit?
Sure.
Like
Yes.
just an absence of anything, and like there's no anger or anything towards Satyr. It's just like a kid will do whenever he is finally at the end of any energy that's been thrown out of this tantrum. He just sits.
Yes, you may. As you do that, at that point, the rest of the players come out of the cave with their large collection of horses and prisoners.
I will remind McGelvin that he was riding Omarosa's camel and to retrieve it and bring it back.
He looks around and is like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry."
Because him and Fernier rode here on that, remember?
Yeah, but he looks at her like, oh shit, I'm sorry. He looks around. I was paying so much attention to the squires not escaping and the archer that I forgot all about the camel.
Wild.
There are camels in there. Try not to get bitten.
Okay. McGelvin goes into the cave. I will fix this mistake, I'm on.
Oh god.
I believe
Please
in
don't-
you, McKelvin, and I slap him on the back and give him guidance.
Oh,
I will tell Manesh to go help him. Make sure
Manesh
he's
is
not-
like, no, way too dangerous.
Seeing the pink couch in the distance, I would like to get off my horse for a moment, making sure it's secure with the others, and sort of head on over. And I just want to go up to Satir and sort of whisper to her, say, I believe today was the first time he killed anyone. 2 people with I believe it was a spiritual weapon that took your form. I do. Yes.
Are you kidding me?
He came out with a camel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't get bit.
Because I guidance his ass. Sorry, continue your thing.
As you utter those words into Satir's ears, Xerxes below her, crisscross applesauce. She nods to this, him tasting his battle, and he doesn't seem all right in the head. To Satir, this is very strange. This first battle doesn't seem like a victory to them.
It is not a victory.
So I am beginning to see why you hate these people quite so much. He sort of pats Satir on the head.
Satir will outreach her hand, her fingertips begin to spread and touch Xerxes' forehead and stroke across. As she leans down a bit, you can feel her presence loom over you ever so slightly.
He doesn't go anywhere, but there's definite noises coming out. Just like, yeah. Somebody that is so aware all the time was just gone. But there's no other reaction other than noise.
You have done what you did not want to, but what you had to do.
Grimlock. And he just says Grimlock's name and then goes back to quiet.
I will walk up. It's like I think he just needs a moment to
Says not wrong.
it was not wrong. She was a very bad person. She would have killed us. She enjoyed all of this. And they even left a letter about, hey, my kid's dead, but you guys have fun and there'll be other crusaders to come fuck with you. You cannot deal with people like that. And sometimes Death is the best option.
I will be
And-
right back. I just had a cat tree come toppling down. I'm listening though.
Sometimes death is the best option, and death is not a good option in the first place. I cannot tell you what you need to do. I can tell you that from experience, it is never easy to take someone's life. And if it is, you're a sociopath. You, Xerxes, are not a sociopath. Kuhula Uhad, Allahu Samad, Walam Yulid, Walam Yulad, Walam Lakufuanuad. It is an old saying and blessing. May God be with you ever in the swirling sands, and he may they give you the ability to deal with whatever that comes what may. That is the best translation I can give.
There's no acknowledgement, but like his little pointed ear twitches a little bit, like he's back to listening to what's going on because he's no longer there's conversation going on, so he's picking up bits and pieces and then listening here and there, but he's still like whatever he has found a point in the distance, and you know how this I'm trying to relate this to people I know that have actual military combative PTSD. Their best thing is to find a point in the distance, and he is just staring at that point.
Staring into the middle distance.
Yep. And like he is, if GM will allow it, I will summon my familiar back, and even though she is currently an octopus, I am just stroking her, and then after a little bit, when she starts going because she's suffocating, I'm going to send her back, bring her back after a little bit, get her again.
At this
So
point,
with mild animal torture, I'm comforting myself.
This is familiar torture.
at some point,
It says they can hold their breath for a half hour, but I think it's even funnier because the relationship he has with Kara, this is her way of trying to cheer him up, is by pretending like she's suffocating to see if he'll actually do what he normally does. And I have stuff. Whenever we get back to the ship later, if I don't forget, will somebody please remind me to turn her back into something useful?
Yeah. At some point, the emotional support camel will start wandering up to Xerxes and just start licking him.
At that point, McGelvin comes out with a camel and says,
Oh, we were just
"Good camel, good camel.
That's my
Grimlock,
boy, McGelvin.
thank
I
you
knew
very
you could
much
do
for
it.
that words of encouragement." And like Amonhotep, you see that McGelvin is riding the camel that gave you the meanest look out of all of the ones that tried to bite you.
There's a huge smile on Xerxes' face.
Was Xerxes there to see that?
No, he ran away. He was out of the cave.
Oh,
Like,
But Shamao and and Grimlock
Yeah.
definitely know.
there's a camel out there for everyone. That's what I believe.
Amenhotep takes off his helmet and like smiles at Miguel and is like, "You are not a completely useless idiot. I am starting to respect you. We just need to learn about your magic a little bit more." From what
What's there to
Xerxes said,
learn about?
Xerxes has told us that you're not a wizard. You're a sorcerer. That's why your
No,
magic.
no, he did not say that.
Oh,
I
shit.
said that his magic was different.
Your magic is different from uh other people's, and we need to figure out how.
We had discussed him and I working on it later, but stuff came up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Amonhotep, can I see your helmet for a second?
Sure, I'll hand
And
it
he
to you.
grabs it and he holds it like a kid with a throw up bucket.
Fine, it's fine. Amonhotep is like he's pretty traumatized too. He sits on the couch. How fast can this thing go?
As
Giddy up.
fast as I move, which is slower than everybody else, because it's on my Tensor's floating disk. But you know how like cold feels good on you when you're you've just been throwing up because all your blood rushes to the exterior. He's just using your helmet as like a cold bathroom tile floor and leaning against it.
How fine is the sand around here in this desert?
Right now you're still at the area where it borders with the green life of the river, so it's hard sand. If you go
Damn.
deeper in the desert, it becomes softer and softer.
If it was soft sand, we could just like strap this couch to the back of the horses and turn it into like a sled.
It's good. I can keep recasting floating disc.
Yeah, and you're not like you're less than an hour away from your ship in traveling time.
And I can ride on something or be carried by somebody, and it follows me. I just can't be on the floating disc or anything. It has to follow me.
Although, if the
500
couch
pounds.
is on the floating disc, when people sit on it, you do have to balance yourself, else the couch will topple over. Because the floating
Because
disc
the
is less
disc
than
is
5 feet circle or something.
The disc is 3 feet.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you have to that couch is 15 feet long, so you have to actually like manage who sits where if you want to sit on it.
Okay, it's a whole lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
was thinking like a love seat, like daybed kind of thing, but we're talking like a full-fledged couch.
This sounds like a job for Humphrey the Third. I will go get him.
Xerxes, let me see the helmet for one moment. Suddenly you...
And he prestidigitates a little bit that was in it. There you go.
No, I'm giving it back to you in a moment. And you see the helmet start to glow icy blue and there's frost on it. I'm using my last spell slot to cast Armor of Agathis, just so it's cold. So as long as you don't attack the helmet, and then he hands it back. It's like, so now it's a little cooler here in the desert. Oh, and he will say this in front of what is her name?
Vernier?
Satir, even. He's like, and Xerxes, if you ever do need a hug again, please, all you have to do is ask. And he will go. He will go back to his. He will take the emotional support camo that is still looking on Xerxes, and right.
Camels have that weird saliva, so now his hair is half sticking up too.
We have just invented hair gel, people.
Camel gel.
And he will ride this emotional support camel a couple of feet away from Xerxes, but like level with him quietly the rest of the trip.
I mean, are we? So, what is the plan? Is it to throw Xerxes on an animal, or because he's kind of gonna zone out a
We
little
thought
bit?
you were gonna ride the. We thought you were gonna ride the couch.
He has no skill of riding an animal. You put him on it, he looks at you like a kid at a fair. He just goes, eh.
No, we thought you were gonna ride the couch.
I sit you nicely. I sit you nicely on.
Can't be on the disc.
I sit you nicely on the archer's back as if he were a really nice cushion for you on Humphrey.
No. I'm sorry, fella. I kind of ruffled his head. You were a good archer, although terribly inaccurate. You kept hitting your own people.
That was on purpose. He was helping us.
Oh, remember, I wasn't paying attention at that point.
I should probably be nicer to him then.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no, don't worry about being nice to him. He's just under a charm effect.
Grimlock, let me see the head of that lady.
I don't have it. That's Xerxes.
Xerxes, let me see the head of the lady.
Here, and he flings it, and now Xerxes has regained himself a little bit, and he's trying to remember where he left his chest full of jewelry.
Hey, where's the chest full of jewelry?
As he flings it, does Satir recognize the face of this queen?
It's in a bag.
No, because she's blind.
Damn it!
Yeah,
Isn't that obvious? Maybe she could start feeling it. It's like, oh yeah, she had that type of nose, or
Didn't she have the top of her head?
Honestly, He had said that she knew this lady. That's why I thought she
Well,
might recognize it.
She'd
But
recognize her
we-
voice.
uh, but
we
she's not gonna
did,
hear that until we cast Speak Undead on her.
the chair did like adjust the crown on Xerxes' head, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe recognizing the crown might be a thing.
That she
Though,
could recognize.
just saying. Anyway,
You travel back for about the 40-minute travel that it is as you go back to the village and your ship. At the village, they can see you from afar because there's no stealthing with this size group.
We look like an army.
Yeah, you get cheered on by the people, but they are surprised that you brought in prisoners.
I struggle to look any of the villagers in the eye, remembering what happened to the prisoners in the deep place.
Amenhotep will walk up. I have terrible news. Unfortunately, and if you want to blame me, you can. I accidentally sprung a trap that these torturers used. Not these ones in particular, but the Crusaders as a whole used. And your loved ones are no longer with us. I can tell you they felt no pain.
The villagers look at each other. They look at the prisoners, and then they start cheering.
Why does that chair not make me feel good?
Come on.
As you realize,
Come on.
as Shamao realizes that they don't speak Hybarakian, and they probably thought that Amon was saying something as a story of how they heroically defeated the Crusaders.
Oh, yes.
So,
I am the only one
I'm
that can
sorry, but
speak
like
to
I
this.
was about to say, I was like, wait,
so
why
they're
is
like
the
super
money
happy, like
speaking to him?
yeah, yeah!
I
Oh god.
They saved us! They saved us!
I get off my horse,
Wait,
head slung
Shimao,
low.
maybe. Shimao, just can I say one thing to you before you maybe tell them what happened or anything like that? Maybe admit the fact that like we had like just tell them that like they it went well. You know,
But
went
they're going to
well.
wonder what. Oh no, I'm not hearing this because I'm sitting there talking to the villagers.
Yeah, but I have one thing I would say is just like they can say they died, but like that was the Crusaders' fault. It legitimately was, but it also just don't mention our part in it.
Due to actions of the Crusaders.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. I walk towards the group of people who are cheering. Still struggling to make eye contact, but with Grimlock's advice, I tried to hold my head a bit higher as I address them all and I say, "We have defeated the leader of the Crusader group that has plagued your village. Unfortunately, we were not able to get there in time to rescue the remaining prisoners. I am sorry to anyone whose loved ones are still missing, but I, but you should be safe now.
I'll type my response to you in Discord.
As you finish what you're saying, I say, "Oh, thank you, Shamal, for translating for me. I forgot that they do not speak Hyperaki."
Yeah.
Like, I'm sincerely thanking her for translating.
Oh no, I understand. I think Grimlock's just like I didn't realize it halfway through, to be fair, but I just thought about it, like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that they talked to Lobaraki. That actually happened.
That's why, like, when the deal was about to say to you, I was trying to cut in a wee bit. I was like, hey, come on,
And
come on.
Amon Hotep is a bit like wondering why they're cheering if they didn't understand what he was saying, but he's
Turns
just
out that
rolling.
all those people in the other village, all the people captured there were the other village. They all hated really bad. It's like, yes, now we can take their land! Yay!
Yeah.
But almost all the prisoners were women and children.
I didn't say they were good people in the village.
You know, that is not the criteria of being a good person.
That's true.
They are responding with thank yous, I say to the others in Hyperaki. And they understand. They say we will be heroes here.
I don't feel like a hero right now.
Oh yeah, tell them about the camels.
They they are asking what will happen to the squires and prisoners we have.
I'm just gonna put it this way. I'm washing my hands of this business. This is your guys' problem.
Grimlock just walks to the ship.
Yeah, I take the horses and the shit. I was like, I'm not dealing with the rest of that. I don't know what you guys are going to do with the squires, but Grimlock doesn't want any part of it.
No, understood.
Can I come with you?
Yeah, sure. Get on one of these horses. I've got like
Ask,
3 or 4 of them.
I'll
ask
walk
them what
out.
they.
I really don't like riding.
Okay.
Come on, couch.
Ask them. Please ask them what they want to do with the squires. The prisoners they can have if they want to deal with them, but what do they want to do with the squires? Because unfortunately, they are just children who were told lies.
Personally, I think it might be best to ask them to keep the squires under guard for the prince and the rest of the colonists to sort out as they pass through later. That is my thought.
Can I ask, because I might be able to help with this before I wander off, can I ask an odd question? What do they seem to do for food in this place? Do they have farms or something?
Yeah,
or...
most of the majority of farms here are grain farms.
Okay, because I remember I bought up a bunch of seeds before I left. I was going to offer, but if they seem to already have,
yeah, they seem to
food
their
supply?
supplies haven't been touched yet that much, as far as you
Okay.
can see. It seems that the Crusaders were more interested in causing
Mayhem?
harm and trauma than they actually were concerned with gaining supplies or other wealth.
Or destroying somebody else's. Okay. All right. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mao. I was going to offer them a couple bags of grain seed, but if they already have it, it won't help.
Yes.
And
Okay.
everyone else is going to be traveling to the ship. Satir will still keep her smile upon her face. Knowing that it's going to take a lot of time within the village, the casualties of speaking, putting the animals onto the ship, getting everyone situated, probably many hours to do so. Satir will go back to the Tave and, with a frown on her face, and begin to desecrate every single body in there. And when everybody is on the ship, she will come back alone, covered in blood.
I assume also with a quite a big bag of teeth.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
even 2.
Yeah,
Maybe
we
even
haven't shown
2.
that.
That depends on if you could come with a backpack full of teeth or 2 purses with teeth.
So the only reason I haven't given her the head for the queen yet is we need we still need the teeth because we were gonna do speak with dead on.
We're a ways off from that, but yeah.
I would like it to be a large sack of teeth, and now that I have so much, I will be now dragging that with me wherever I go over my shoulder. My
So you
collection.
just have a bag full of teeth just rattling.
I used to have a soft bag on my side, but now I have just a sack.
A
Right,
rucksack.
you could basically use it as a bludgeoning weapon at this point.
The origins of this world's too furry.
Now we'll begin.
Terrible.
She scours the battlefield as she takes your teeth and takes you to hell.
And she
Price
doesn't
of
need a quarter.
the price of losing a battle is that the tooth fairy will come along and steal all your teeth, and then you'll be toothless in hell for being a loser.
And she
Adding that to
doesn't
the
need a
song
quarter.
parody title.
And they will only serve you the toughest of steak.
That is now my headcanon for Satir at level 20.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
One thing I was gonna do, by the way, if we're having like a little bit, like if there's all that shit going on with the sorting out that stuff, is like Grimlock would have pretty much butchered the corpse of the princess.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, would have added, but also would have took like a lot of bones basically out of
At
the
some
body.
point, Gorok just walks past and is like, "Hey, Grimlock, you not
No, I
going to
should.
share?"
I know I do actually but because I go to the ship and I do like yell up to Gorok in my my people's tongue, like in the lizard folk language essentially. But like, Gorok, come over here! You gotta see this shit. And he
Oh, this one is very muscular, strong,
yes, and now dead.
good muscles.
Yes, but one thing, I need the bones. So I'm gonna give you some of it, but you can't eat all of it because you always break the bones.
But I like breaking bones.
I know you like breaking bones, but that's not the point. The point is I need the bones. This
He
is a
likes to
corpse of
suck
a
the marrow
powerful
out.
leader.
Can't you just take that one's bones?
Which one's bones?
What's his name again? Points at McGalvin.
No, I don't need his bones. I need this one's bones.
Bones is bones. Why does it matter?
You know, Gorok, stop questioning me. I need the bone. You can have the meat, but no bone.
Okay.
Now, just give me a minute and I'll start cutting this up, and you can have most of it. I don't mind. I just need this bone for reasons.
Shit,
Also-
no one respects McGelvin.
Also, just one thing as well, Gorok. This is quite an interesting situation we find ourselves in, my companion. These seem to be the Crusaders that had dealt our people such a blow not for a long time.
What? You didn't invite me?
Well, Gorok, I'll be honest, man. I love you, but like, you're gonna get your ass kicked. You know, you need to really beef up. Like, come on. Like I've seen.
I know. I ate too many. I know I ate too many pies back in Umbarak, but you don't have to get personal.
Hey, I've seen you in the galley. You've been shoveling pies down your face for the last, 6 days.
Okay. I'll start doing cardio again.
You better, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to take you out on missions anymore. Look at this. They pokes him, he's got a jelly belly. He's like, look at this. How are you meant to fight with this?
City life is just so entertaining.
God damn it, we're putting you on a diet.
Question: is this in common or is this in lizard?
No,
No,
this
this
is all
is lizard
in there.
folk. All
It's all lizard
Why
folk
the hell would
language.
they talking? Why the hell would they in a personal conversation talking Ibarakian against each other?
No, because
It's not
I
a-
just
it's not a-
to hear them hissing at each other.
You know what it is? It is just like... And he's just like, yeah, and he's like,
Still has comprehend languages up, so this is very amusing to him.
yeah, he's just like, you can hear the entire conversation of him like basically arguing with
And then,
him over
then
his
he will
diet.
walk by and just look at Gorak, and go, "Hi, Gorak," and walk onto the ship with the couch following him.
But either way, Gorak, this is a good sign. I think I can use this later on when we go back to the tribe. I've collected a bunch of their symbols just because, I don't know, it kind of seemed kind of neat. I got a pile of them. Like, I really don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'm going to, like, dramatically drop them on a table when I come back and go, like, look at this. And have a big reveal scene, you know?
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm going to, like, throw some bones and go, like, yeah, this is their leader. And I'm going to be like, yeah.
Hey, Grimlock, I can't remember if in game I had given you the one off the main person, but we can assume you've been given her holy symbol.
Oh,
probably. Because that was something I had grabbed, and I wanted you to have it.
Sure, I will add it to the pile.
Yeah, if that's
Ooh,
okay
the
with
pile
you,
it
I grabbed
goes.
all her stuff. I wanted Grimlock to have the same as I wanted Satyr to have the head.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just love the idea that like Satyr's got a bag of teeth. I got like a bag of holy symbols.
And I have a couch.
I'm gonna start using these like fucking throwing stars.
Get the
No,
catapult, get the catapult spell, and like, pching.
it's like, oh, imagine how like fucked that would be. Like you see a crusader and you're just like, hey, fuck you! Ding! Just a bunch of like their own pendants fly at them, covered in blood.
Catapult spell.
Yeah. Oh, we might do that at some point. That would be funny.
I
We'll
think
see if
Druids
it's
have it. I'm not sure. So
I think Druids. I don't know, but either way, that's basically like his conversation. He basically has that conversation with Gorok, and that's basically what he says. He's like very excited, like he's very excited as he's basically like talking to him, and he's like cutting off pieces. Like obviously, I'm not gonna describe in detail, but basically cutting off the pieces of his body and just tossing it to him as he like talks to him essentially over this conversation.
So
And
as
that's
we,
just what he does. Yeah, sorry.
no problem. I'm accidentally interrupting people all day today, so I apologize. So as we finish talking to the villagers and telling them about the rest of the livestock animals that are in the cave, we will see this conversation between Gorok and Grimlock. And I look at Satyr, and as we start loading up the animal, not Satyr, I mean Shemao. As we start loading up the animals on the ship, and I look at her and say, They are probably talking about food.
Who?
Those two, and I point at Grimlock and Gorok as they're having this animated conversation, and suddenly he pokes his belly. He's like, "Yes,
Oh.
they are definitely talking about food."
Looks more like they are talking about training regiments. I did not know a scaly belly could jiggle like that.
Yes, that is actually quite odd.
I like this is the canonical reason why he hasn't been with us. He is just overweight.
He's let himself go.
He's just
I understand when the when the downtime comes, it's just a training montage.
yeah,
of Gorok.
it's just like
Around the ship.
there's like Grimlock sitting there with like a piece of meat and a stick and running around trying to get him to chase him. Just
I will say, like, Grimlock is a big dude, and so the weight looks different on him. So we didn't know he was overweight until
yeah, Gorok, yeah,
like-
he's just a big boy.
like the armor's
Yeah, Bob,
suddenly
Gorak,
not
yeah, Bob.
fitting. It's just like,
Does it take much effort to get the couch in place?
Not with a tensor folding disc. It's just being very careful that that it doesn't fall off when you try to get it on the ship.
Yeah, so I get it on there, and then because I actually had made Fernier a promise. Who is at the ship? Just Grimlock right now?
Of the NPCs, or of the player characters, yes.
Yeah. I will then, if Grimlock's in the middle of this conversation, hey, Mr. G, I made a
What's up?
I made a promise to Fernier to lay a spirit to rest for her, so
Oh,
don't let the
dude.
ship leave without me, please.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Mm.
Thumbs up.
I'm focusing my efforts on smooth prisoner transfer to these people, like making sure they know that these kids are messed up and they're dangerous, but they're still kids and stuff, and that we're like the vanguard of this colony effort, and that more ships with better qualified people will be coming by to help adjudicate what to do with them next.
You can make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Yeah. Okay, persuasion. Persuasion.
You conclude that as you're talking to the people, that
Mm.
they will hold the kids prisoner until the other colony ships arrive, and they will treat them fairly and better than they they would have been treated the other way around until rightful judgment comes from a higher authority. But until then, they are
Mm.
like the leadership of the town is on the conclusion that they will do their utmost best to give these kids a fair trial
Mm.
and keep them safe until the colony ships come. What
Mm.
also
But
happens is that um, an older man recognizes the shit kid that was it's his grandson Javi, and like he's in tears about seeing his grandson like this,
Mm.
asking him where his mother is, but Javi doesn't respond really to anything. He asks if he can take his grandson with him back home.
Mm. Yeah. Much like I did with Satir, though, I do sort of lean in and inform him of what happened to the kid and how we found him.
Mm-hmm. He's absolutely shocked by it. So he gives his grandson a big hug, and for the first time, you actually see a response from Javi because he's been basically a mute for the entire time. As you see that tears are forming from his eyes, but no further response from him. This is at least a good sign that Javi is beginning the recovering process.
Uh,
It'll take time.
as I
It'll
watch
take
this, I will.
years.
Yes.
Yeah, as I watch this, I will unmanacle the actual Crusaders who I manacled and tie them up with rope because
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need my manacles later. And I turn to Satir and say, "So with the adult Crusaders, please tell the
Am I
villagers."
back?
That's Satir.
Oh,
Shamao. I'm having a bad day today. I'm sorry. I've got a migraine. Uh
yeah. Fair enough.
uh Shema I will turn to Shemao and say, uh, for these adult crusaders, please tell them that they should also be treated in the way, uh, to also be treated in the way, in accordance with their actions. So please have them alive when the other ship arrives. Alive. I don't care if they're beaten the crap out of or forced to do manual labor, but they need to be alive
Okay.
and with most
The,
of their limbs.
the adult one, you can fuck him up as much as you want. Just try to keep him alive.
nod.
Ah,
I have some
What will
horses.
and then the question is, what will you do with the charmed one that is currently completely cooperative with you guys?
Well, she said we can only have that person for 5 hours. And
Now
Try to
probably
find
there's 4 left. Oh, 4 left.
yeah. So we have him translate to the kids that they are to follow the instructions of the other people who will probably do it like signing and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we won't be able to get any of the other of the other adults to actually translate properly because
no.
they'll try to get the kids to release them or
Yeah.
some dumb shit.
Yes, it
We-
would be best to keep the adults and the kids separate. Uh,
Also, tell the children whatever they do, don't listen to any of the other adults besides you.
not even
And
that. This guy's got like 4 hours and he's evil as shit again.
yes, tell them not to trust any crusader. Period. Do not follow their orders. It will immediately lead to their deaths.
Hmm.
And yes,
I translate this to the archer to translate to the squires.
Mm-hmm.
Archie, could you think of anything else we need to tell these children before they leave? Any special instructions? Anything we don't know about your culture?
He stares at Chamao.
Oh, is there anything else we need to know about your culture that would be useful in ensuring the squire's cooperation?
He replies with this.
He says if they don't listen, give them a good beating. I don't think I will translate that to these people. Yes.
I bring up my fist like I'm about to hit him. And say, no, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
All right. Go get tied up with the other Crusader archer.
Oh no!
He
Oh
walks
wait!
over towards her.
I thought she said that he was supposed to find her.
No. Is
Oh,
that what she said? I don't know. I don't really care. I figured out that she was mocking me when she said I was awesome. And that I do not like.
I will say this: even if she was mocking us, she is still 100% better than any of these other crusaders.
Hmm? Yes.
But I do believe that she specifically said we had 5 hours and he was supposed to find her.
Hmm. Well, that is
Out of
his
character,
problem.
is there any way if I can actually remember that? What
Make a
she actually
history
said?
check.
My
You can make a history check, I said.
no, I heard you. I was just saying my thing is very slow right now. Roll20 is acting really weird. It said it's not the proper Chrome isn't the proper
Hmm.
thing for it or something.
Oh.
The proper browser.
Oh.
Ooh.
So they might have done an update or something.
Probably.
Okay, history.
You're like, yeah. He was supposed to find her.
Well, that is a him problem. He will have to figure that out on his own.
Oh, so we're still gonna tie him up. Okay, cool.
Yes. I do not see why we should make the life of a succubus demon fiend any easier.
Okay, so actually, I wanted to talk to you about that for a moment.
Yes.
So, unfortunately, in my particular line of business,
Hmm.
we are quite well informed about fiends in general, and
Hmm.
in general, we are supposed to beat the crap out of them. But in
Mhm.
my particular line of my particular business, we have lots of dealings with fiends, specifically demons, not devils.
Yes.
Because devils are chaotic and aren't good with being soldiers other than pure strength, whereas demons make good soldiers for
Well,
conquering things. So I did not personally have that much of an issue with uh the fiend, which is why I was listening to Grimlock, which is also why I'm very thankful to you that you did not let uh us let her go to wreak havoc, because in hindsight that was a bad idea.
mm,
On the other hand, you seem to have something against demons in particular.
yes.
So,
Part of my training as an avatar is focused around hunting down and eliminating demons that infiltrate people's homes and the like. After all, that is the domain of my mother, if I'm remembering correctly. You-
You are remembering correctly.
yes,
Mother is the goddess of protecting or guarding houses and homes.
my mother is the goddess of protecting homes, and fiends are the most likely extra-planar threat to try and infiltrate and manipulate people within their homes. So they are quite often our enemy. So we have particular training and obligations to eliminate them. At least that is what I was told, and the training I got. Some of my brothers and sisters may have had other training if they needed it.
yes, paladins in general are also trained to uh, fight fiends, undead, and
Mhm.
aberrations.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, I have a sister who is a paladin of not a paladin of order. What is it called? Like out of character. The oath with the radiant stuff.
I have no idea.
Uh,
The yeah
Devotion.
oath. She is oath of devotion,
Mhm.
and she would not have dealt well in that situation. That she
Probably
would
not.
have sent her back to the lower planes quick,
Mm,
quicker than a hurry.
mm, yes.
So I thank you for your discretion in this matter, because yes, you seemed like you very much wanted to. What is the term the kids use these days? Murk her
Mm. It's my duty to
immediately.
do so. And I am still not entirely convinced that I am not in some way betraying my mother by supporting this whole colonization endeavor. So I am a little on edge to make sure I do what I can in accordance with my role as Avatar.
This is true, but as I said, she was less of a fiend than all, almost all of those crusaders.
In comparison, she was a saint.
Yes, that is sadly the case.
Mm,
I have one last favor to ask you, and I
mm.
do apologize. Can you help me go check on Hadi? Because I believe the two of us are quite unfortunately used to horrible things happening and dealing with it. Imagine if you were the person behind it, even if it was an accident, and I gave the order, so I am not going to sleep well tonight.
No. Though I am
That's just
awesome at sleep, so I will probably be fine.
you don't sleep.
No, I am awesome at it. Also, I
Oh,
sleep maybe more than most. You know, being a cat and all that.
well, now that you mentioned that, I did mean to talk to you about this. Um,
Hmm?
you are not a soldier, correct?
Not in the strictest sense, no.
But you have been to battle and been grouped with people in battle.
Not really, no.
Ah, so in battle, the person most likely to get everybody killed is the one who thinks that they're the greatest thing ever. The one who, like, I am the greatest fighter that any of you have ever met. Watch me on the battlefield. Blah blah blah. If they don't get themselves killed, they get everyone else killed because of their actions. So if I have mistreated you in the past, it is only because of my aversion to that type of character. But as we have grouped together, I have found that you are actually awesome. But you don't just need to tell us all about it. You have already shown that many times.
Yes, but it is good to remind people. And plus, you should not be too worried about your pride causing us harm. My awesomeness will protect you. And the rest of us.
I'm not worried about
Shamal,
my
I'm gonna give you inspiration for this.
Oh, that was brilliant. It's just like I not my pride. I don't. Okay, let's go see Hadi after we get the horses on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hand wave talking to Hadi unless you want us to talk to her.
Currently Hadi is talking to Shireen in the doctor's
Yeah.
cabinet because
So-
he's also a therapist, so she's trying to help him.
Yeah. So we'll check on him later.
Mhm.
I am awesome enough to know to leave it in the hands of a professional.
You know something? I'm starting to like you.
Alright,
It probably means we're going to fall out
Xerxes.
soon.
Yes, probably.
Xerxes, you were going back to the cave to do a ritual there, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, as you come back there, you didn't leave that much longer. You notice that all the people there in the cave are like, when you come back in that area, they've seemed to be cut up apart even worse than how you left them, and all their teeth are missing.
So
One thing.
at first there is an immediate reaction of what started tearing. Then I see the teeth are gone. Ah.
One thing, by the way,
Oh,
Xerxes, I would just be curious.
I assume you don't need teeth in the afterlife, so I'm gonna try to find the remnants then of the body that Frenier had shown me.
What did you want to ask, Grimlock?
Oh, I just wanted to ask, would it be like for this is Xerxes for Xerxes too? Would it be okay if Grimlock came with you, or do you would prefer to do this alone?
Oh no! I told you what I was gonna do. You're more than welcome. You're the spiritual guy. I'm just a people person.
Yeah, no. Like Grimlock comes because Grimlock would be willing to come along with you, mainly out of concern for your safety, but also he's just gonna come along to see what you're doing.
So
I just
yeah, then you
Yeah.
see the same sight of like
yeah.
everything plumped up even worse
And
as
then
as the as the and the teeth missing.
if you don't mind, Jim, could we have had a small conversation on the walk there?
Sure.
So Xerxes is still kind of not himself. He hasn't cleaned up or anything. So he's still, well, he never actually got in the stuff, but he's got his breakfast on him. Sorry you had to see what only we know you saw.
But what?
When I channeled one of my uncles.
Oh no!
When my eyes went black.
It's all right. It's a curious thing, but it is not a bad thing to me.
He is a mountain dwarf and had always taught me that, or attempted to teach myself and everyone else, that the quickest way to an answer of a problem is dominance and violence.
There is hmm, there is certain wisdom to this, but it is overall it's be flawed to apply it to every situation.
He he was the one in charge of a lot of my combat training that didn't go very well.
Well, like all things in life, violence is a tool. Xerxes, it's not necessarily the tool for every job, but it applies quite often. And sometimes violence is required. But at the same time, being liberal with it will only lead to roads stained with blood. And it will often lead you down a path that'll lead you into one of those roads of somebody else. It is not advised to keep applying it, though again it is expedient.
Yeah, and I don't.
You're not a
I
violent person, I know that, Xerxes.
I've always, and I can literally say always, managed to settle most conflicts with words or trickery.
This is a
And
good way to do
a
it.
lot of people see that as weakness because I can't or won't stand up for myself, but I'm the first person to stand up for others. That's just
Well, Xerxes, there is no weakness in trickery. There's no weakness in talking your way out of something. These are all tools that must be used in the great game, Xerxes. To live and prosper, all methods are available, but the path you take with these methods will determine whether or not you get to the end of the game.
I wish I wish other people would see it that way. He was quite aggressive with his teachings.
Hmm. It is all right, friend. I understand your trepidations about him, but
I mean,
at
he
least in
was
a
the
sense he was trying
who,
to mean well.
yes, and he and my uncle Dalen, the one that still lives in the city, they were the two that found me, the hill dwarf and the mountain dwarf, and we're pretty much polar opposites in my teachings. Uncle Dalen wanted me to learn a trade and how to prosper in life, that I should be sent to the magic school because magic has always interested me, and that seeking out how to be an abjurer or diviner was what is best. Whereas my other uncle, as Jason tries to look up names, Uncle Rolgo, and I can't roll my R's, so but Uncle Rolgo was the one who wanted me to learn uh, illusion and evocation magic, something that, to quote him, can have an immediate effect on someone who needs to be removed.
Yes.
Although he did not study magic, he was more of a martial combatant.
Fair enough. I hope. I know this has been a difficult situation for you, as you've done something you haven't done before. But again, do not
I'm
make it.
doing a lot of stuff I've never done before.
Hmm. But I mean this in particular, as I know it has affected you greater than the others. That do not make it define you. It is simply in your path, on your road as such. You have come across this, and you have overcome it. You've done something that, yes, is, to me, personally, a fine thing and generally happens all the time, but I understand that it can be difficult to realize that not everybody can be reasoned with. Not everybody can listen. sometimes some people just have to go.
I understand it, and keep this between us. It makes me actually kind of respect Amonhotep a little bit that he can rely on violence so quickly. That I mean, there's a certain like respect that has to be given by somebody who's not me there.
Mm.
And he's joking when he says that, but he he seems same way with Satir. She can have a smile on her face while she's beating someone into the afterlife. That's why whenever I knew I had to call forth my spiritual weapon, the most violent thing at the time I could think of was Satir.
She is a basket case. Like I got no problem with violence, but like she's a crueler type of being. But I can appreciate her methods.
My uncle Regialdo used to say that there's balance in all things, and I think between myself and Satir, we keep things mostly balanced.
Mm.
She,
Yeah, just don't
I
piss
think
her
we've
off.
been,
You may miss your teeth in the morning.
yeah, and mine are tiny.
I think she would prefer those. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I've had her wish.
I've never heard of a teeth fae before, but you never know. All right, looks like we made it to the cavern.
Yeah. Oh, look, the cavern. Oh, God. Exactly what I expected.
Hold on, what? Wait, because we were just mentioning teeth, and I go, oh, some wild animal must have. Nope, their teeth are gone.
Yeah, no, that's definitely her.
They would still be on the time that Satir is actually there, but she's
Oh,
not in the main room when you guys arrive. So like completely possible that you run into each other. Also completely possible that you walk past each other.
for chance a wet crunching noise from
Yeah.
the other room or something.
Like
Well,
Satir, what is your passive perception?
I believe it's really high. 1 second.
17 according to roll 20
Yes,
here.
17.
Yeah, then Satir, you definitely know that they have arrived. They're not necessarily they don't know yet that you are here. Although the teeth are kind of a giveaway.
Well, I promised Vernier I would at least ease the passing of that pile of mush.
What was that pile of mush? I can't
It
remember.
was a young person, roughly the age of her child.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah.
I guess it's the only advantage of being small. Sometimes you can be a surrogate child when somebody needs one. And I'm going to
You would
begin
not be a
once
very
again
good.
using a spell as it's not meant to be used, GM, but using ceremony to lay the spirit to rest if I can. And I will use my
You'll
last.
definitely do it, and you're confident that you succeed. Although the character is confident about the success, the player does not know if it was a success or not.
Okay, sounds great. So I only had a level 2 spell slot left, and I don't want to really do it as a ritual because I want to make it look right. So I used my last second level spell slot. I am out of spells.
Activating my trap cards. All the corpses are zombies.
Counter spell.
May I describe something before
Go ahead.
you start touching the mush and helping the mush in a ritual? um, before you go deeper within the caverns itself, um, since you are with them, Grimlock, you would notice the smearing of blood in the druidic tongue, uh, written down basically in shortened length, that their souls should be discarded and not to be properly buried into the land. Those who do so will be cursed for the Crusaders' blood, you could pretty much assume.
Okay.
And these curses are written across walls as their bodies are twisted and dangled, smeared into paste, and discarded.
Fair enough.
So you very
Caracters.
much so know that Satir is within the area of sorts.
Oh yeah. Like
Where
there's
this is done.
like yeah. Mm. Yeah, she definitely doesn't like these people. I don't like them either, but she really doesn't like them.
I mean, I guess this once again showing the type of person I am. I can't judge them as people. I don't like their actions. I can't say if I like them as a person. But that's just my view of the world.
Yeah, no, to be fair, I'll be honest, I have no real strong feelings about these people, bar the fact that their deaths will bring me glory. But that's about it.
Well, hopefully, not everybody that needs a bit of encouragement and mental or spiritual rest by what's happened here can benefit. I don't see myself sleeping for a couple years.
Oh, he didn't. Like I would say what you could do, but I don't really think it applies to your people. I see this carnage, and honestly, meh.
I mean, once again, if I knew what my people were and
Oh
just kind
yeah,
of shrugged, maybe I come from a great warrior people. And he's like laughing as he's trying to say this. Yeah, 3 foot tall warriors. That's my people.
hey, never doubt 3 foot tall people. You ever met a group of goblins who were pretty pissed off? Gets pretty hairy pretty quickly.
Only some that one of my uncles hired one time, but they mostly just snuck in and stole a lady's underwear.
I have too many questions and not wanting the answers either.
I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah,
I
sure.
have some much to
The
pass
first
on to
question
the
is
afterlife.
probably, what is underwear?
No, I think he knows what underwear is. I just think he's just like, why would he want it? And he does like, I don't want the answer. Yeah, let's commend this.
Uncle
What?
Janus was weird.
Who are you commending this soul to, Xerxes?
To the afterlife itself, there's my belief, though there are gods, and I show my holy symbol. I not necessarily follow or worship, but I'm on good terms with Heka, the goddess of magic. I believe that our spirits exist in just nothingness until given a little guidance. I will not know where the spirit will go, but whether, although obviously a terrible person or made bad decisions, they still deserve peace. And if going to a place where they battle all day until the sun goes down, then feast, or they go to perhaps one of the dwarven places where they smith all day before feasting. A lot of feasting in the afterlife, apparently.
Yeah.
Or even in my belief, where you go to a place where all your ancestors are and you can share stories forever after. I wish whenever I pass somebody's soul on for them to go to the place where they were happiest.
It is interesting. Personally slash believe, I don't, you probably haven't heard of my god, to be fair, but it is Samoan, the god of the lizard folk themselves. He's a deity of our species, and he does not really, I don't know if there is an afterlife in his case. He doesn't seem like the type to give that, generally speaking.
Being as I didn't even know about my own people's religion till recently, GM. I will. If it's okay with you, I will just say I flat out don't know about this deity.
No, you
Oh
probably
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
either.
yeah.
It's like a minor
Like
deity.
he doesn't have any worshippers outside of lizard folk, so
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
like
basically like
at
it's like a
worst, like a
direct god.
at worst, at best case scenario, a scholar was just curious once and just asked the different lizard folk tribes about him, and that's about it.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say there should be no chance since I didn't even know what my regular people follow.
Hmm.
But basically, Gurmak will just explain if it's alright. He'll explain a little bit about it.
Yeah.
He's just basically like overall, like he is like a great deity. But like if you're in a shit pit, like he's not gonna help you. Like straight up, he's the god of survival and procreation. That's about it. And he. I don't believe there would be an afterlife. What? Sorry.
Self-reliance.
Self-reliance, yes. Um, Overall, the thing for him is like, it's, um, mm, yeah, he just doesn't really interfere. And an afterlife itself, I think, would be nearly sacrilegious, as his whole thing, or the whole thing in the religion, is to survive your life at the moment. So to strive for an afterlife would be nearly the antithesis of that belief.
So, and I hate to think this way, should you or Gorak ever pass, you don't wish for me to attempt to set your soul to peace, or
Um,
what would your preference be?
At best, I want you to bring me back to my people so they can consume my body.
You know what, Grimlock, I'll make you that promise.
Thank you.
If you'll do, because obviously I'm the weakest of our bunch. I'm gonna I'm gonna get the crap knocked out of me because I'm little and I'm not that strong. But
Mhm.
should something happen to me, will you take me back to the city once everything's done? Because I don't weigh much, you can carry me around. Or if we're too far away from that, give me the same treatment you gave that evil paladin lady and eat me.
Oh, that, sure. I can do that.
Because there are certain beliefs, may not necessarily be mine, but like I say, I trust all beliefs to have they all come from fact somewhere. If you know what I'm getting at, something had to trigger this belief.
Yes.
And there are some people that believe in consumption of the flesh. You take in some of the strengths or essence of that person, and maybe then I'd be with you forever if need be.
Well, that is the belief of my people.
Oh,
The-
well, don't let Gorak
Because,
eat me though, because he's got gas. Woo!
yes, basically, because, like, I genuinely don't believe there's an afterlife. So, to make sure the spirit stays with us, we consume the body, and it is now shared amongst us all. We all are the same people. Whatever fragments of power they had are shared amongst the tribe.
Oh, kind of like when a crop goes bad, you use that same crop to make fertilizer for the next year.
Sure, that's an apt analogy at that point. We don't. To be fair, our god does not believe in direct conflict either. By the way, I know I may show off a lot of violence at times, but it is not necessarily the only way we do things. But generally speaking, it is just a way of life.
Yeah, my goddess. I've although I believe fully that she's out there because I'm able to do things that others cannot through her belief. She not only allows me to cast spells of a wide variety, but the healing I was able to do earlier today, I've actually never done that before.
Mm.
Um, the ability to bond with several of you, I had never done that before. I just kind of knew I could, so that had to come from somewhere. Is and he's being very vivid with his hand motions about like he's in that kid stage where he's now trying to explain stuff but he's using so many hand movements that it's kind of distracting.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about that for now, so we can just get on with the stuff now.
Oh yeah. So I will do that ritual GM and
Satir, is there anything you would like to do today still? After you've gathered your teeth and smushed out and overheard Grimlock and Xerxes' conversation.
I don't want to take up any time, so I will just go with the flow.
Alright.
Get back onto the boat.
Then we'll skip forward in time as it is the next day, and all of you've had a long rest.
may
Yeah.
I
Oh,
attune to an item and attune to the crown, please? It fits.
Finally, it fits.
I'd like to think just because Xerxes is still a little big, so it's at a weird angle, but it fits. So I am unattuning to the Amulet of the Devout. So I can channel divinity only once a day now instead of twice.
Now you have a higher spell save DC.
On all my spells.
Yes, and you have a increased range on all your spells.
Yep.
And you can have a couple of extra spells you can cast.
I will ask with that increased range, that's only to a spell that has a range, correct? It's not like using
like
the
a touch spell doesn't become 30 feet extra suddenly.
Yeah, I was only going to ask because if that's what happened, I was going to drop Healing Word and use Cure Wounds then. But I didn't think it would because that would be basically stealing something that Shaimao has to use sorcery points for, and I would have thought that was unfair. So good call.
All right. And as it is a new morning, you make your way to leave as you continue on your journey.
Gonna have a roll incoming to you, GM.
And as you travel the day, let's see who gets. You travel today. Grimlock, Shamao, and Amon can make me. Each of you three can make me a nature check.
4.
Give me a second, please.
This is weather related and historical weather related.
Would I have advantage on this if it's weather related?
No.
Okay.
Is more than one person able to attempt to see what's happening with the nature?
Well, the thing is specifically, Xerxes and Satir are excluded from this because Xerxes has lived his entire life in the city and hasn't been affected by this, and Satir came from a different dimension and also probably hasn't experienced this specific weather, but all the other characters made the save in this case, and it's also site-based. Which, would also be problematic for Satir. So, Grimlock, Shamao, and Amon, each of you, as it is a new morning and the boat is sailing, looks atop the sky, and normally, Umbarak always has a bright blue sky. Clouds are very rare in this region. But when clouds do show up, it is a bad sign. And a really bad sign, as most natives would know, the more clouds there is, the worse it gets. It's about time for one of Umbarak's desert storms or sandstorms. This can still take days, maybe even weeks for one of them arrives. It's hard to pinpoint, but the moment a cloudy sky comes in, everyone needs to prepare for deadly weather when you live in the desert. Now, you don't really have to worry about it when you're on a river, on a boat, because no sand, or the sand is on a safe distance. But you have to keep it in mind if you're ever going to enter the desert, because a sandstorm could arrive at any moment.
I want to. Let me see. Oh, okay, yeah, this okay. So I want to use Druidcraft to predict how long the sandstorm would go, because it says I can know the weather for the next 24 hours.
Alright. Well, then you know that today there will be no sandstorm.
Not the day. Okay, good.
Maybe tomorrow?
No, I'm just saying because I was like, let me just check. Look
Let
into
me
my
check
little
my
ball.
weather report spell.
Let me check my little Orby. What do you say, Orb? But yes. Okay, we gotta watch out for that.
I'm going to go inform the crew that a sandstorm will soon be here, to watch out for the weather in general for the next few days. And I will also inform Satir and Xerxes. I need to talk to Satir for a moment.
I'm gonna go see what Shamao's laying about.
We'll do the conversation between Aman and Satir then first, and then the conversation between Grimlock and Shama. Go ahead.
Satir, would you mind sitting next to the couch with me? I would like to talk for a moment.
Oh god, where's the couch? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Hey, people are trying to sleep here.
Oh, you're sleeping on the couch?
Yeah.
My couch.
No, then I would
live
not.
here.
I would not do that. I would not do that if you're sleeping on the couch.
Like the normal.
Xerxes,
the
move
normal
over! I
tent-
need a conversation place.
The
Yeah.
normal tent of like blankets and stuff that I have is just over the couch now.
Oh, okay.
I can
You've
It-
gone
imagine
full castle for it.
Chibi and
I got you.
Mothership
it is a
happening onto the
Hovel
couch.
+1.
Community.
I'll be 1 second. I'm going to the toilet here. You guys keep going. Sorry.
I was going to
Zeus,
say
you-
sit on the couch, but yeah, he's made it weird.
His head popped out. What's the password?
Go back to sleep, Xerxes. That is the password.
How did he know the password? We have to change it. And he'll duck back in.
I'll just go over here by the railing where it is somewhat quiet. So, Satir, yesterday you had a rather interesting reaction when I said I hated, excuse my language, fucking paladins. Go ahead.
Satir leans onto the railing as the waves of the ocean tap onto the boat that glides within the waters smoothly. Her hair begins to flow as the soft light touches her skin and your armor. The faint glow of the snake wraps around her, glowing dimly. And she turns to you and listens to every word you say intently. And with a curved smile on her face, she leans forward, playfully tapping her fingers against the plates of your face.
No, I'm not wearing my helmet.
Oh,
Xerxes still has it.
understood. Taps below your chin. You know what? Taps below your bottom lip. With a smile across her face as she leans closer ever so slightly.
Are you interested in little slight things like this, I could bring up 1,000 possibilities of wonder of your reactions.
No, there was something I wanted to say to you. Oh, and as you lean over, you smell on the wind. So, what I wanted to say was you have mentioned that you are not enamored with my profession. I also am not enamored with some people's profession. That is, some people, those things calling themselves paladins, would be like people who control animals and do horrible things with them, use plants to rape and murder, calling themselves druids. Just because their profession, quote unquote, is paladin does not make them a true paladin, and it also doesn't apply to all of us. I hope you know that.
Satir begins to chuckle a bit as she leans close to your ear.
You seem to be very open-minded in a world of closed minds, like myself. I do, in fact, hate paladins. They disgust me.
Well, let us put it this way. I have met horrible people who do horrible things all the damn time. And if I were to, as you say, have a closed mind, I would hate everybody and everything that wasn't an Agonite. I would probably also hate gay Agonites, to be completely honest. My sister's really mean. What I'm trying to say is there will always be outliers, horrible fucking people everywhere, all the damn time. But you can't blame everyone who is a part of that race or culture or profession because of it. Because once you do that, you will miss out on the good people. Such as um, Grimlock or Shamao or uh, actually anyone you know, especially humans. They're, oh my god, humans. They are. I have never met a species where everyone is so different. One person could be the nicest person you've ever met in your life, and the next person is a complete and utter moron.
You can see the look of amusement on Satir's face as she smiles and lifts her fingers from your bottom lip and crosses her arms together as she turns around you.
You speak to me as if you want to enlighten me upon the world, as if I lack intelligence or the foundation of experience with it. But your lifespan compared to mine, what I have seen, gained to know, these words that are feeble and blanket, it might
Well,
be out of good that you try to speak to me of these things. But in the end, it has no meaning because they are capricious. Nothing is true until proven. For example, you. I have not slain you. I have not crossed you. And there is no poison lining your inner walls of your stomach. You are a paladin. And I hate what you stand for. But I do not hate you. I am not ignorant. I will not kill just because you are. I kill for what they do.
You seem to be under a misapprehension. I am not worried about you killing me. You could do that at any time you want. I do not think you are ignorant in any way, shape, or what I was trying to say was I and quite a few other paladins and humans that I know are not bad people. And maybe in your infinite wisdom and your long, long life, you would give some of us a chance. Because, as you just said, our lives are brief. It is what we do with it. And as for the poison and the other such stuff, I have gotten over my fear of death a long time ago. I live with Omarosa.
If anyone wants to kill you, it is that one.
Exactly. But I will say this. I am not trying to educate you. But in my own way, I definitely consider you a friend. And I would not want my friend to misunderstand me. You say you hate everything I stand for. You don't know what I stand for. You know what my profession is. Different paladins stand for many things. Those idiots stood for selfishness and hatred and a perverse sense of superiority. I stand for, well, you just have to wait and find out, won't you?
It seems that I will have to. But Aminotep, I want you to know that I am not cross with you.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
That I am not cross with you.
Well, I am quite happy about that. They told me about what you did to those Crusaders' bodies yesterday.
You need not worry, unless you have a toothache.
And she pats your cheek.
When you say that, like literally his hand goes over his
I'm thinking,
mouth.
when did I brush? When did I brush?
It's like I have to start flossing. Uh, it's like just do me one small favor.
Oh, you wish for my assistance? A deal?
Not
Leans
not that
over.
type of favor. I'm just saying, don't get too familiar with Omarosa, because I would not be able to sleep at night. And he was a big old smile when he says that, and you see like little electric sparks in his eyes.
I will consider this. You're high quality to me. Very high quality. So, because of this, I would like you to live. If they do attempt to take your life, know that they will have theirs not much longer if I am to witness it.
he starts to speak, and then he draws up to his full height, 6'8", puts his fist into his hand, and bows.
She smiles before waving her hand forward. It guides left to right within the air before she turns her body and begins to walk away.
I hope you do enjoy your meal tonight. I heard it is going to be special.
Yes, and I will make sure to use proof against poison before I eat it. Thank you very much.
It is a good practice! And she waves.
Alright, then I believe Grimlock, you wanted to have a conversation with Shamao.
Yeah, it should be relatively quick. Basically, but Grimlock searches Shimao wherever she may be on the ship.
She is sort of
In the boat.
lying back along the bench in the little life
Imagine
raft,
Hori
staring up
sleeping
at the
together with
clouds.
you, playing with you, like they're both on your belly, or
Yeah.
exposing your belly pointing at clouds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shimao.
Oh, hello.
Hello. Yeah. I wanted to talk to you about something real quick.
Oh, okay.
You know the way. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was. I sort of get up and gesture for you to sit on the bench next to me.
I clamber into the boat and sit on the bench next to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Grimlock, move a little bit to the other side. You're blocking the sun. There's already too many clouds today.
He like shuffles a little bit, but like he's there's not much boat left.
Yeah.
Either way, Shimao,
This
it's
life-
not a big. Sorry.
This life raft will not take all of us if our ship goes down.
That is why I don't. I plan to turn into like a whale or something and just swimming away. I will allow some people on my back. It'll be okay.
Good.
But yeah. No, this is to do with an item that was acquired recently, and it's not that I need it now, but I was curious if I could have it later.
Oh.
It
Okay.
is to do with the warhammer that was procured from the woman, princess, whatever her name was.
Yes.
I don't know if you want it or going to keep it, but if it would be available at some point, I would like to give it to Golrock. As he is lacking anything of any potency outside of like a normal club. But if you want to, currently he is on a training regiment, and I want to give it to him as like maybe a present once he gets done with it. But like for now, he needs to work on those abs.
Yeah. Well, he is welcome to have it as a reward.
If you wanted to keep it, that is fine. It was just more, in general sense.
It would be useful, but I am quite used to wielding an axe over a hammer.
Doesn't need to be right now anyway, because like currently again, Flab gotta get him. It'll be a couple of months probably before he'll be like able to use it.
Yes, he has really let himself go.
I know. Manouche has just been keep feeding him. He doesn't say. I have to go speak to Manouche after this and tell him to like slow down the portions, because like
my headcanon is that both every recipe that Shaddam and Manouche make, they always go to Gorak as a taste tester to see which one is the best one.
And Gorak is more than happy to be a participant in this.
Yeah. Probably make sure that the first few he tries are definitely not up to scratch and definitely need more work, so that more.
He's like, I'll need a second bite of this one to really make sure that it's good.
Yeah.
But yes, Yeah, but it's just if you don't, because it's just I would like to give him something, but I don't actually have anything on hand, and that would be like the closest thing I could at some point. Again, it'll be like a while yet.
Well, I will hold on to it until you require it.
That is all I was hoping for, really.
But no, I am happy to give it as a prize. It is still in one piece.
Good, good. Thank you very much. It is nice to have a reasonable conversation. There's like, I'll be honest, that's a tier 1 and a monotap. Oh boy.
Yes,
No,
I was.
Yes.
I was just contemplating how I would get revenge on Zatir for the whole making me swim thing.
Yes, get revenge on them, exclusively them. Yes.
Oh, I was also thinking about you.
No,
But
no.
in my thinking of how to get revenge on Zatir, I also thought she scares me. And she will definitely continue the prank war. And if I am correct, they think things like removing people's skin is a fun prank. So I'm thinking maybe I should let that one go.
Maybe. She might steal your teeth. Do you see the bag she's got with her? Like, that's an impressive amount of teeth that she's been lugging about.
It is. Seems very impractical.
Oh, yes, very. But, like, the statement alone, though. Like, if somebody rocked up and dropped, like, a bag of teeth in front of me, I don't know how much I'd want to fight that.
That is true. Yes. Just rock up with a bag of teeth. Slap it on a counter. You might get a free drink.
I know. Like, I feel like what would your response even be to that? Like what do you go say? Like, no, they got a bag of teeth. Like, those were people's teeth.
Yeah. That is. I would probably.
Be fair,
Probably think they were weird and were trying to pay for whatever with teeth. Actually,
to be fair, it's kind of like trail mix to me. So like, I would just eat them. But like, other people, not a good idea. Good source of calcium.
Weirdly, teeth are good for teeth.
Yes, this is correct. And that's about that's all I wanted to do. Like, I can imagine these talk for like a wee bit more amusedly, but that's basically overall
You have an
what I was
entire
saying.
day of having casual conversations.
Just bond over the weirdness of the fleshy human people.
Yeah.
Xerxes, do you want to do anything today or talk to anyone? Are you good?
I'm thinking that there's a lot of just silently hanging out around whatever Fanir's doing, just giving some basic, like, comfort that I'm sure she's keeping busy doing, like, manual labor and stuff. But
Yeah,
letting
she's
her
like
know I just,
she's like overproducing in her work right now.
yeah. I do let her know I laid the spirit to rest and everything, but then I'm just kind of there.
As
You
you
know,
say
just,
that, she gives you a hug.
You're very strong. But
Thank you, Xerxes.
can I ask and let me know if this is would bother you. We do have spells that we can reach out and talk to people if they're on this plane of existence. I know other people have talked about where you're from. Are you from this plane of existence, or because I've never been informed where you're even from?
Well, I don't know if I'm from this plane of existence.
Okay, I was
am
thinking
from
that,
I'm from a place called the Westerland, or the former Westerlands. Now it's called the Battlelands. But we haven't had much battle the last couple of years.
I've never heard of it myself, and I don't want to use up the prince's gifts. But once I learn the spell of sending, I would very readily attempt to contact your family for you if if we can.
Be most appreciated. I'd be
I
so
mean,
happy if I know if my family is still is on this plane. That means it's only a matter of time before I return to them. Then
exactly. I'm still young, but I've decided to focus my magic upon things revolving around translocation and teleportation and stuff. You've been there. I've cast vortex warp on you before. I'm wanting to be able to do that at even greater distances, and maybe I can un-McElvin you. And please, I know you probably want to twist his head off. I don't think he pulled you here on purpose, and maybe whether we realize it or not, it's for the best. Like
I
you're
don't
the good.
blame McGelvin. Yeah, he didn't do it on purpose, and from what I can see, he feels terrible about it as well. I
Yeah,
don't trust
and
him with trying to fix it though, as he's offered it.
yeah, I think, and I'm not completely up to this. I've informed the others that I think his magic comes from a different place, and I'm gonna kind of lean in. I actually think he's more of a sorcerer like Shai Mao instead of a wizard like me. Because have you noticed when he pulls more off of his emotions and his confidence in himself, his spells actually kind of work. But when he tries to use his book and his raw intelligence, we end up with random things happening to the party.
Xerxes, you might be right.
Hey, it happens every once in a while. I'll have to do my research. That's why I'm not rushing into it, because McGelvin, for being an older guy, he's very spry and he would immediately try doing something. I think, as confident as he is, if we can focus that self confidence and his natural, I guess, lack of charisma, maybe, into
She
into
like
a
as you
thing.
say, McGelvin's older guy. Vernier laughs a bit.
Mhm.
Xerxes, you do know that McGelvin is only 60 years old, and that's basically still being a teenager as a gnome.
Ooh.
I think he just has very bad skincare routine or something.
Oh.
Because
And
he looks like for gnomes, when you hit 50, that's about the age where you are in gnome society are deemed as a adult,
Mm.
and gnomes get to about age 350 to 400, but McGelvin already looks like he passed the 300.
oh wow.
Maybe he just claims that he's 60.
Maybe, but you've heard me
Doesn't
say it.
seem like the lying type.
I don't know who or what I am. I hope I'm not a gnome, because I couldn't live that long. I make too many bad decisions. But if you ever need a short friend or a hug or somebody to share a meal with or anything, you let me know. I'm trying to keep the morale up with everybody here on the boat. There's a few I don't care much for, but I trust that the others made a decent decision to bring them. I didn't plan on being here until the very last minute, so I
Thank you,
didn't want to take any.
Xerxes.
Hey, you're great at what you do.
She nods and pats you on the head, gives you another hug. Says,
Hey,
now I have work to do. I need
yep,
something to
I got
distract
you.
myself with.
Yep, you do that. I'm gonna go add to my pillow fort, and I'm gonna head back over there.
If I ever see my kids again, I'm gonna. You got to join me and teach me how to make that pillow fort because we're building the biggest fort we can find.
Hey, count me in. We got this. Sometimes it, it helps the morale to have somebody that's not only childlike, but hey, I'm barely an adult, depending on my race, and he's just lost in thought and gonna walk off. Because with the age thing of McGelvin, she really has him thinking now, like, I'm only 17, and with the 5-month time skip, there's probably a birthday coming up at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just, when he's by himself, this is what goes through his head of watching McGelvin, watching. Are there any other short race people on the ship?
I don't think so. I think McGelvin is
Okay.
the only one as far as that.
So a lot of the time of watching McGelvin, and McGelvin is taller than me, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think by a ton, but some.
Maybe like 1 inch or something.
Yeah. But I watch McGelvin some, and just I want to, while everybody else does their things, I have that short conversation. I just want to be taking in the vibe of the ship. And I want to, although I'm probably not trusted to do much around the ship because I'm not very strong. I've never been on the sea, so I'm not much of a navigator to help or anything. I basically want to just help with morale if I can, like keeping people's spirits up and
Sure, you
doing
can
stuff
certainly
like
do
that.
that.
Like whenever we have spare chunks of wood from something got fixed, I'm whittling little trinkets for people and stuff like that. Just trying to keep everybody a little bit more positive than they would be for weeks at a time on a boat.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then we are going to do a small time skip for it. And
Sorry, one thing I was going to mention just for the time skip, just sorry, is I'm going to be carving something out of the bones, but that'll come later. I just wanted to say I'm doing that.
yes. What did you want to
Also,
say, Tariq?
yeah. Before the time skip, I wanted to talk to Xerxes real quick. I don't actually need to talk to him, but I wanted to ask about possibly speak with Dad on the head, and to make sure that he digitation the shit out of that couch before he got on it, because I don't care if they're technically paladins. Those guys were a disease.
Oh yeah, that was.
That wasn't what I was worried about on it.
I mean,
That's what I
it
am
was
worried
the
about on it. That's what I'm saying.
It was the succubus's couch.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's like. This.
You
Bum
would
chicka
find
wow
out
wow.
that I can't do speak with dead yet, but I've got the head there, and I prestidigitated it and put a hat on it since it doesn't have a top to the head anymore. And it's literally like you open up the pillow fort and there's the head.
We're going to have to give that head to Satir eventually. Can you keep
Eventually,
that
but
fresh?
hey, eventually, but this way I have a friend that fits. Look, she's happy, and there's like pins holding up a smile.
Oh,
Oh my
I'm
god,
gonna give-
you've become a sociopath! That's
Yes!
not expected of your character!
I'm gonna give you
Oh,
inspiration for that one.
Can I point out that he is a young man used to thousands of people. He is on a boat with 15.
It's like, I look at
Also,
Xerxes
yesterday
like,
he did his first killing.
Yeah, he's a little out of it, but I have gentle reposed the head, so it's not decaying.
Mm-hmm.
like
I
so,
think there's
so-
a big step from your first murder to this.
no,
He did it, and
this
he
is gonna be-
discovered that he actually liked it, but he doesn't want to admit it.
now I have to have a tiny conversation with Xerxes. Like, Xerxes, one, can you keep that from decomposing? And
Yeah, that was
two,
already fixed.
have you talked to the doctor yet? I think you may need to talk to her, because
No,
that
I'm
is
good.
that's a little dark, Xerxes. A little tiny bit.
I mean, you gotta make use of what you can. Isn't that right, Phyllis?
At this point, Omnotep is just like backing up slowly. It's like, you definitely need. I will. No, you know what? I'm going to go to the doctor now and have her come to speak with you. Yes, and you will
Whenever
speak
he
with him.
walks away, there is a chuckle from Xerxes as he puts a cover over the head and just kind of shivers. And the camera and our audience can see that this is totally him just messing with whoever opens the curtain up, because that head creeps him out too.
Yeah, but you still pin the smile on it.
Oh yeah, that was the big thing of messing with the party. But as far as you guys are concerned, he's went insane.
Yeah. So yeah, I go and tell the doctor that from now on I would like her to
As you
talk to
go
her.
to the doctor, Jafar is standing in front of the door and says, "Is it a medical emergency?
No, Jafar.
Then you have to wait. She's in there with Hadi. He has many problems."
Understood. Please tell her when you get a chance that Xerxes is almost as bad as Hadi right now, and that if it would be okay for her to try to talk to him to like 50 minutes
Let's
a,
put it on
a
the schedule.
day. Yeah, 50 minutes a day. He needs it. He's got a head that he's pinned a smile to. That he calls Phyllis. I'm not like this is very close to a medical emergency, but not exactly.
Jafar thinks for a moment. He's like, "Give me a moment," and he goes into the doctor's cabinet and talks, and it's like, 10 more minutes and she's there. Now,
All right.
I'm gonna say this, whereas Shireen does have a psychology degree, Unique does not. So I'm going to hand wave the helping of a psychology degree.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course. I was just fucking around because
I will not start talking like a therapist, because that will be the worst therapist ever.
I'm very interested in how this would go, to be honest, though.
All right, it's like I will say thank you very much, Jafar, and I will leave.
Can I see like a small snippet of the therapy? You don't have to go into. I just want to see how bad it would.
Shireen starts talking German. So do you hate your mother? Go all Freudian.
And what do you see in these inked pictures? Are they all photos of Amanotep?
I see an ink blot.
That is the best answer I've ever
And that's
gotten.
his
You
answer
wouldn't
on
know how
every-
many people give like the strangest things.
That's the answer on everyone, because he's so literal. What do you see? I see an ink blot.
Yeah.
And that's about how that goes, but much better. Alright. I will skip the time forward. The clouds of the sandstorm are still there, but about 5 days pass without any problems whatsoever on the river. Probably not that far of your halfway mark point of Tabarus, which would be the next city that you guys will be visiting.
Yes.
And today, Grimlock, I assume you cast that spell every day just to figure
Yeah,
out
I'm gonna. Yeah, I was gonna mention. I was just waiting for you to get
local
to
weather report.
Your
Your
get
grim
around,
report.
crew! It's the weather report time, and I cast it again.
It's just a generally good thing to do if we're out on at sea and stuff.
Yeah.
There's also
I
the
know.
thing is only like if you're like on the big sea, there's not much you can do about it.
Oh yeah. But, at
Yeah,
least
but
you
it's
know
still a
it's
great
coming.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say in my head canon, he's getting rather work because the octopus throws a newspaper at him every morning. It just comes up out of the water, one tentacle, and just slaps the newspaper at him.
But today, you are confident. You don't know how long it'll take, But you're very confident that today the sandstorm will begin.
Mhm. But well, I know it'll last a full
Okay.
day. I'm assuming, yeah. So, or
It won't last a full day, but you're very confident that it'll happen today.
In that case,
But
I
currently
would-
you're on the boat, so there's nothing to worry about.
yes.
I will
I will-
inform other people though,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
so they know it's happening.
Upon hearing that, I would like to offer Satir a spare cloak so that she can protect herself better from the shearing sounds.
The shearing sounds?
Well, the sounds from the sandstorm.
Okay, perfect. Thank
Yeah.
you. Satir will look at this. What does it look like? This cloth that you've offered her.
Well, it's much like the one she's wearing. It's like black cloak, hooded sort of cloak with. Though there are 2 large holes in the hood for cat ears to go through.
So cute.
Yeah.
Oh, elven ears can
Yeah.
work well as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once I hear about the sandstorm is definitely coming today, I go to the couch to go find it and get my helmet, and I find it on top of Phyllis. Like,
You
Xerxes,
remove the helmet and then you see her wide, pinned out smile.
Ugh.
Xerxes, I'm going to need you to prestidigitate this.
Oh, it's good. She's clean.
Why would you put my helmet? Whatever I did to you, I am sorry. And I take my helmet back.
He just kind of shrugs. I didn't even realize I put it there.
By the way, I have the sandstorm. I put the sandstorm noise under Asherah. This is exactly what the sandstorm is going to sound like.
Mm. Cool.
Satir starts to tighten the cloak around her as you hand it to her with your little paws. She ties the fabric together with a wide smile on her face, and she outstretches her fingertips, and as she boops your snoot, a pocket of air surrounds you.
Oh.
As the pocket of air surrounds you, it is see-through with a slight shimmer of sorts. And then she boops her own nose as well, with another motion. And it does the same for herself.
So that we are properly protected.
Yes. Thank you. Did not wish for your lovely golden skin to get damaged in the sands.
No matter the weather, I will always shine.
She smiles.
I sort of stand in like a hero pose with my hands to my hips and sort of look off into the distance. And it's like, as will I, through sheer awesomeness.
We begin to pose together, looking into the distance with one another.
My tail starts to sort of sway excitedly as no one has ever actually posed with me before. I'm very excited about this.
So after 5 minutes of both of you posing, Amenhotep comes past and is like, I have no idea what you are doing so still. It might be some kind of contest, but could one of the two of you tie me to the mast? And he hands you a rope.
Satir will look towards you, Shimao, like her whole body, after we're doing some Power Ranger poses, etc.,
Yeah.
just shift you with the most greedy smile on her face, nodding to you as she pulls on one side of the rope, handing the other to you.
Yes. Yeah. I excitedly take the other.
Before the storm! Right before the storm!
Well, we're not listening at this point. We're just
Yeah,
tying you to the mast.
Grimlock just walks past and goes like, "Damn, dude's thirsty." And then he's walking.
I yeah. I feel like the central mast at this point though is getting very scratted up, as I'd imagine both me, Hori, and the big cat keep using it as a scratching post.
Oh my
Oh, I love that.
splinters.
We could just see the damage as we're
I
tying
mend
them.
it every day.
Yeah.
Perfect spot to put Amano Tep to make it a bigger mass.
So basically, Monhotep wants to be around when the windstorm for some strange reason.
While he's having his bondage sesh, I'm going to go and walk up to Xerxes and talk to him for a second.
Fuck you!
Xerxes. He puts his head into your little like weird cupboard
You
or
stick
weird
his
thing.
head in as like at the other end, the head pops out. But hold on. And he goes back in to see you, and knowing you were the one coming over, he's got the head covered.
Well, I don't know if this will upset you or not, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
He winces, expecting to get hit.
Oh no hitting. I made this out of the bones of that person you killed. So I want you to have it.
Oh my god, the trauma!
What is wrong with us?
Oh my god!
Grimlock is doing what he thinks is right.
Oh, this is
What
gonna be
is it?
He gives you basically it's very clearly if it's all right, because I'm using like Grim Artisan, I think it's called, is the feature that they have. The technically is meant to make weapons, but I like the idea if I could make jewelry, if that's okay, DM, or a little bit of jewelry
No problem.
with it. Basically, it is basically it is like basically string together using like some basically like essentially like string and stuff. You've basically got a fully articulated hand that was off the woman with all the fingers, all the bones, all put together. And he's basically just been, for the last like 5 days, have been scrimshawing on it, basically. And it basically, if you look at it, you just see a depiction of you blasting the back of the woman's head, essentially, in the imagery, essentially. As it's like basically like it's like what do you call it, like a tapestry or whatever, like shows you what's going on as as you go along the bone pictures, essentially.
Oh, that's something. Oh
Yes.
wow! And he was afraid to get real close to it, but then you see like any kid, he's very close on it and looking everything over. Eyes are wide.
There's even the part where
Wow, you're really good.
there's even the part where you vomited right here.
Oh,
it's like a full like from like it starts basically from the part where the original combat started. You can see like and it's pretty detailed, but we had a lot of days. I'm gonna give it to this. It's like basically just a lot of like little things where like there's like you can see basically Dinosaur Grimlock, you can see a monotap, and just all the shenanigans that goes on.
The miner kept dying. Huh.
Oh yeah, see that's the bit where he got smacked with the hammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's the bit where Satia just like ripped the head off right there.
Phyllis, don't look.
Wait, what?
I give that mischievous child grin, and I lift the. I like to think it's not just a cloth; it's a pillowcase he's got over the head, and he just lifts it to show you the pinned back smile.
That's a
No,
cool. That's a cool trophy. Very impressive. I like the workmanship.
It's like a scarecrow for Amonhotep's.
Oh, is it? I do like it. I do like it.
And he'll peek out. He'll peek out, and he's got it in his hand. He goes, "Hey, Amonhotep," and he just holds it
No,
up.
no, don't look out there right now. He's like doing in the middle of something. I don't really want to talk about it.
He's tied to the mast. Come on, Phyllis.
Wait, you're gonna take him over there? Yeah.
He's considering just standing in front of him and holding it up, but then I like to think he's just ignoring the fact that there's a storm coming because he's always been safe in storms.
but
He's
also
not worried about the weather.
but also there's a bunch of crew members looking at you as you're walking head past everybody to get to Amonhotep.
I mean that'd be up to the GM if.
I just assumed that there were crew there because I see him on the ship.
They are there,
yeah.
but they're a bit surprised, but not overly.
I mean, it's 5 days later. They've probably
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there you go,
Alright,
Xerxes. It took
I've
me a
seen
decent
it.
bit of work, but I hope you like it.
I do.
It is a trophy
Hey.
for your first kill. One of many, hopefully.
He's gone a little white.
Okay, okay. To be fair, I was fucking with you there. I knew that was a stretch.
It's one of two, so
Yeah.
I'm good there. And he'll tie it to his collection of pouches and trinkets he keeps on his hip. He'll tie it there and like take and articulate the hand a little bit to where it's holding his arcane focus.
Oh, that's
There's
entirely
a little
beautiful.
collection of pendants. It looks like the hand is holding it for him.
Good. Yeah, see, if you pull on the string, basically, like it does show you actually, like if you pull the strings like this and then tie them off, basically it makes it hold things too. And that's basically like, because I basically, the idea in my head is like it's basically a bunch of strings obviously attached through the joints, essentially drilled holes in some fashion or another. And then basically when you pull on the strings, basically draws the digits in.
He gets
Essentially, in some
super
fashion.
excited and starts looking around. If I tie this to a stick, I can make a back scratcher.
You could. Well, either way, good job. This is your
And he
trophy.
hugs your leg.
Oh, that's all right. And he pats you kind of awkwardly. Good child. Not child. Good man. Child
I'm
man.
still- I mean,
Man child.
like you said, I don't know. I could be ancient for my people. I don't think I'm part goblin, but I could be.
Let's hope
But
you
if
don't
I'm
die.
part gnome or something like that, I'm very, 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 very young.
Well, let's just hope you survive in the great game longer.
Eh. Well, I have to make sure my home does not blow away in the storm. Is it actually going to reach us? Because people said it was a sandstorm. We're on water. Does
well, a bit of-
sand go on water?
It'll be a bit of windy, I think, but it won't affect us directly unless we go on to the actual desert.
I should probably take down some of the blankets then.
Yeah, it might blow it away a little bit, but otherwise
and
it should be relatively
I'm sure-
safe.
I'm sure some of the crew downstairs would like their blankets back.
Wait, that's where my blanket's been.
You don't use it.
I don't. I get in the cuddle pile, but that's not the point.
Gorak said I could use him.
That he would.
And I offered Gorak to be in the couch blanket fort, but he takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, no, don't let him in here, because if he sees that head, he will try to eat it. I'm trying to put him on a diet, so I've given him.
Yeah,
I've
Gorak
said,
has been depressed the couple of days because he has been on the diet. Like, but I want 3 times as much.
yeah, he's been like, generally speaking, like it's been given. He said to Manouche, just like calm down the portioning. Like he can eat a lot, but like he's been very inactive recently. And us lizard folk don't actually have a high metabolism, generally speaking.
Well, why not, instead of giving him like a full other portion, you give any meat that you make, he gets my portion of the meat.
Sure.
Get that protein built up. Maybe
Well,
that's why I'm so. Maybe that's why I'm so little.
You need to drink more milk. If you need milk, don't tell anybody I said this, but I can turn into animals and I could probably make milk.
Nope. Nope. He goes
No.
I
Now I have it in my head, and Satir milking fucking Grimlock, and it's just no,
it's just like
no.
in a nightmare situation. Amon's tied to the mast, and you just hear a Grimlock slowly come towards you to with telepathic thoughts going, "Milk me, Amon, milk me."
Things I never thought I'd hear in a D&D game.
Oh, hey, Grimlock.
Yes, my milk is
You-
fresh.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sure it is. You and Satir are the only two Druish folk I've ever met.
Yes, well, and Manusha's
And,
also one.
Yeah.
It's Druish.
Are you guys? Would you be considered like myself, like a divine spellcaster? Because I'm no longer using this. I would want it back, and I hold up the amulet of the devout. But it only works for priests like myself. But you're
Works for paladins. You hear Monotep like it works for paladins too. It would be really good for me.
Nope, not happy with paladins right now.
I'm sad to say, but neither of us are of that particular clergy as such.
Yeah.
I am for my people, but that very specific path of divine magic is not my own.
That was my thoughts, and since like you guys were the closest thing, and since nobody here actually follows my god other than me, an amulet of Heka isn't going to do a whole heck of a lot, huh?
Ah.
He does the Fozzie Bear pause to wait for you to acknowledge the joke, however long it takes.
Like it's just like his eyes are like spacing apart, and then they come together and go ah.
Waka waka waka.
I mean that's where I got the voice I've been using for him from. That's why I do the high pitched nasal voice. But
do you want Shrubbery to be with you, by the way? Because Shrubbery's been like walking around a bit, and I feel like he could do something to sit. Oh, sorry.
Oh, well, it must have been my imagination. I thought she wanted to say something.
Alice, you there?
No, I haven't said anything.
I heard someone say
Yeah, I thought I did as well.
Oh yeah, no.
Was it you, Monkey?
It might have been.
I thought it was
wasn't
me.
actually saying.
I don't remember saying so I'm like
I think it was.
I said
think it was
ah.
me, but it was more of a like when you start talking.
I thought someone tried to interject. Like,
no,
that wasn't my imagination. My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, my was more of like, oh, this is weird.
Well, it was good talking to you, Xerxes. Have a good day.
Yeah, hey, real quick, can you still do that thing where if we get blown overboard, we can breathe?
Yes, I prepared spells, particularly to deal with the water this time again.
Would you please mind? Because, and he leans in. I know that Mao is terrified of the water, but I can swim. I just don't want to because I'm bite-sized and crunchy.
You are very tasty looking sometimes. But either way, the point being is, so what did you want me to do exactly, though?
Like, if you feel it necessary to do your druidic magic so that we can breathe underwater, because knowing our luck, somebody's going to get knocked overboard.
I could probably do so. It lasts for like a day, essentially. Though you would have to deal with the feeling of...
I wasn't there, but I saw you guys shoot to the top of the water. Because, like I said, I wasn't in the water. I was using Kara to see through.
That spell is more short term, like about an hour of worth of use. So it doesn't...
Oh.
so it's more like...
Yeah, if you're underwater, it shoots you to the surface. That's what it
This
does.
just shoot you to the surface and let you walk on it like it's a solid surface.
The heck you say?
I do say, my good sir.
Well, I'll go ahead and make sure a few things are prepared up as well, just in case. Like I've already got lesser restoration ready and
If
vortex.
if you literally die, I can bring you back too. Do not worry.
Oh, speaking of that, I can't do it yet. But here, and he'll show you on the collection of jewels that he has. That's kind of his little trinket bracelet. What are those called that have all the little? It's a bracelet with
Charm?
little charm bracelet. That's what it is. And there is the diamond is hanging on there. In case I die, use this one, please.
Nah, that's fair.
Well, that way I think it's just handier instead of digging in your stuff that each person just have the diamond on them that you can go boof
Oh yeah, that's
or
actually
or whatever sound effect.
that's a good point. I might actually hand these out then. That's not a
Yeah.
terrible idea.
And then that way also like once the other ones of us can do it, like myself and Satir and probably Chime Out because amazing at everything.
I can do it too.
You're getting tied to a mast.
But just that was kind of an idea to keep it on myself for a quick get back up if need be. But if you think like each person having one handy, that'd be a great idea. Kind of like how I have you guys all wear the white cloth now, so I can cast aid a little quicker.
Wait, I got white cloth on me? Where is it?
I'm looking on your tail.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that down there.
Yeah, it's made out of part of my robes, and he kind of shakes his robe, and there's just a part of the hem of it where the white cloth has been ripped off. It just so that if I need to give you that little boost that I usually do, the component I don't like. I have a focus and a holy symbol and everything. I prefer components
That in character or out of character? You said that.
in character.
Oh, well, I don't know. Calling down it's pretty useful being able to not do it. To be fair, but that's just me.
Oh yeah. But I've heard I can't do it. But my uncle told me about a spell where you need something that the person hates.
Oh,
Imagine how creative you have to be and prepared for that situation.
that is fair.
The
But
plan
either
is the plan is to pretty much carry McGelvin around at all times.
I see. I see. They see that I don't know how ethical it is to use as a person as a spell component, but I would be curious to watch.
Uncle Rigialdo just said it has to be something the person hates. And other than me and you, I'm pretty sure everybody hates McGelvin.
I think he's all right. You know, he's a guy.
Yeah, he's misunderstood. And he's got a family.
Yeah, and
I
strong
mean,
genetics.
he's not that different than anybody else. Like, Premier has a child. McGelvin has a child. I'm sure Payment has half a dozen running around somewhere.
I also have many children.
Do you?
Yes, lots of them.
Huh.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where he stops the conversation. Once again, I like to think that these two characters, their conversations just end very abruptly.
Oh yeah, I do. Like, and Grimlock like goodbye and walks away.
All right, and I'm taking down blankets and whatnot, and then the head is going into my backpack. I'm dumping out all my random knickknacks and putting the head in my backpack.
Oh, I thought you came over to me with the head.
No,
That's why I was talking
joked
into
about
the.
it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that was a joke. I honestly thought
Yeah.
that's what had happened, and
Yeah.
that's why I was saying like little snippets. I'm sorry.
No, but I'm gonna.
The day goes further on. No storm has started yet. But all of you, as you sail past another farming community, hear the shouting in Lorakian as Shamao hears it from. Here's the translation.
Okay, let's see.
That's one side that you hear, and on the other side you hear.
Are there two different things audioingly going on?
No, I'm just typing something to Shamao.
Oh, okay. Ah, because they're the only one that can speak the language.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the thing we did last time as well.
There you go. I've typed. That's what they're basically. The two groups are shouting at each other. As you can see, as you get closer, basically two mobs of angry farmers about to engage each other.
I see the place where the
Oh, my
cross is.
Yeah,
My bad.
same.
Yeah, this guy's like,
Wrong
it's like,
map.
oh yeah, just
Here you go.
oh jeez, there's a lot of
Just
farmers.
traumatize us again, why don't you?
Wrong map. Sorry. So yeah, they seem. Both of them seem to be very angry, and they're like ready with like work hammers and sticks, dinner knives, ready to engage. Like they don't have actual weapons. They just have like tools that they're all using as weapons right now, ready to engage each other.
These people look to be on the verge of killing each other.
Oh, let's watch.
I mean, I guess technically we have a duty to help them.
Do we really have to help them?
I mean, they are citizens of the Caliphate. A massacre would be technically a bad thing.
Probably.
But we do not know the situation. I'm with Grimlock on this one. Let's just watch.
Go get the popcorn.
I think I'm. Shamal, would you help me?
I will like to. Hang on. That's not much use for.
You know what my
Situation.
favorite thing would be? If every single translation monkey actually, the entire time, actually purposefully did the wrong translation.
Don't tell her that.
Amazing.
Don't
Do
tell
it.
her that.
What are they speaking about?
As I believe, the one group is saying, "Die divine scum," and the other group is saying, "No, you first, scammers." Attack. It is hard to say exactly. There are a lot of people shouting. Hey! You lot, what are you about to kill each other over?
Just you on the boat screaming at 42 by 36 people.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a Constitution check to see if they can, if you shout loud enough to that they can hear you.
Constitution check.
Oh yeah, like everyone hears you. Like they all turn around.
I have to put my hands over my ears because it's so
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like right next to her. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, she was still tying you up and adding an extra nod, and it was like, "Woof! Ow!"
Again, you don't have to tie me up until later. It was.
Practice makes perfect.
You stay on that tree. You stay on that mast. Come on.
I'm gonna
What?
shove a berry in your mouth.
they turn around and they see your fancy ship, and they start trying to explain it, but they're all blabbering through each other that even you like have a hard time understanding, and pointing at each other.
I
Tell
do
them
not
one
know
at a
what they're.
time. I mean, it's obvious that they're trying to talk over each other.
Yeah.
Tell them one at a time.
If we are to do this, we should do it right.
She claps her hands 3 times. Stop the ship.
I love the tone of their voice. Love
as,
this shit.
as Payman says,
Mm.
that's not exactly how that works. It takes a little time, but give me a second.
Okay.
She's trying to say we're anchor, but
To be fair, she's not wrong. We were gonna do
Lower-
a drive-by shout at these guys until we
Lower the
stop.
sails. Drop the anchor. First lower the sails, then drop the anchor.
then untie Omanotep.
Nobody do that. Delay that order.
Grimlock goes, veto.
Grimlock,
Delay that order.
You don't get to say in this one.
I've run over to the side of the ship and I'm sort of leaning over trying to make out what they're saying.
Alright. So, this is actually quite complex to write down, so I'm going to put you in a different channel and explain it.
Haha. Excellent.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Hello.
Alright. So, the people of Spitak, or the people of Divin, basically that's a village or their community name, that's why they're all called Divins, or Divin Commoner, is that they're accusing the people of Spitak of helping a kidnapper because they're a girl from their village has left her home together with a Spitakian that is known as a scammer. Someone like dates girls and then takes all their money and then dumps them.
Ah.
But and the Spitakians accuse the Divins from of doing fake accusations, and they want blood. And it seems that as you get the gist of it from the conversation, like these are two neighboring farming communities, and they've probably hated each other for generations. So this is to some extent just an excuse to start fighting each other.
Yeah.
But basically, so yeah, the Divians, a girl in their community is missing, and the last person she talked to is the girl's name is Aisha. She's missing, and the last person she talked to was a Spitaki who is known for seducing women and stealing all their money. Or at least that's what the Divians say. All clear, or any questions?
No, I think I get all of that.
Alright, then I'll put you back with the rest. All explained.
Okay.
Oh, that's so pretty. Okay.
That's
cool.
gorgeous.
Yes, that's also the thing that he made for Satir. And but that's the one small thing I was going to say there, basically, that I was doing while you were away, was just going to be like, yes, this is made out of the arm bone of that leader of those crusaders we killed.
The leader.
Yes.
What's her name?
What was her name? I heard it like 2 minutes ago, but I completely forgot about it. Sorry, Dwarf, what was the name of the leader? Because I think you said the name of the leader. Dwarf, you there?
He muted himself.
Well.
Interesting.
Princess Elizabeth.
I've never said
Elizabeth.
it in character, but it's Elizabeth.
Okay, I couldn't remember. Try. I believe her name was like Princess
he said-
Elizabeth.
He said he never said it in character.
Oh, I know, but I would have heard it before myself. Technically
Yes.
speaking, I was just asking him as a person, not actually as a character.
She introduced herself.
Yeah, she introduced
No,
herself
the
as.
name was dropped a couple of times by the succubus.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah, the succubus. Yeah, that. Point is, I know the name. Was the point mainly, but I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. Yes, I believe her name was like Princess Elizabeth of something or other kingdom. I have to remember the name of the kingdom either.
Find it with the crown.
That
Oh yeah.
song. Was the body left within the cave?
And she
No.
greedily holds onto the comb as her body language just shows how much condensed anger she has treasuring this item before her.
Okay, well, okay. So, I be fair. I should have probably said to you I did eat the body. It's like gone. Like me and Gorok had a little chow time. I've got a bunch of bones. Like a load of bones. You want some bones? Out of that bone? Got a whole bag of bones here.
Yes, I would desire more of this filth.
Nah. What do you want? Leg bone, thigh bone? He's like, just a bunch of it. Spinal column.
Some ribs.
I like the idea of you just like putting out the bag and we just crouch down together as you point them out to Satir.
Yeah, like that's what we do as you guys are doing that. So you guys can continue. That was basically just like we'll talk about it a bit more, but like after you guys did resolve the farmer murder, possibly.
Yes. Right. So, okay. Okay. I think I've got it. You can all stop yelling at me now for a second. Just wait there,
Quiet.
Wasim, for my friends. What's going on? And then, people. Yeah. Right. So it appears that a girl from the Divin group disappeared with a man from the Spitak group. The Divin group think the man from the Spitak group is a scammer who takes advantage of your girls, steals all their money, all that crap. And the Spitakians think the Divin are throwing wild accusations at each other. But basically, it all boils down to an excuse to settle old grudges through bludgeoning.
Why don't they send their best warriors forward? The one that wins decides who is the true one that is in fault.
Okay.
But
Satir nods at this.
before you do that, just like before you do that, is there any way you know that they were actually in love? Freaking left because everybody was being a doofus.
That thought had not occurred to me.
I have many sisters. You know how many have eloped? Good lord.
Come on, let them fight.
No, why should I?
Well, that just because, like, it'd be kind of funny.
You just want to eat the bodies afterwards.
I'm not gonna eat the. No. That would be wrong. I didn't think about that at all. Now this is the thigh bone. Let's go back.
Okay. I I turn back to this group of people as like, are you absolutely certain that it is not a genuine relationship and they didn't just run away together to be away from you crazy people?
I'll reply. Give me a sec.
I would like the rib. The one on the
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, sure, you can have that. That's all right.
Uh,
You want
So-
Here as well.
So what?
Sure.
So while this is going on, I'm going to use strength to get out of these ropes because
I like
no one's
the
gonna
fact that
untie
we're
me.
like below you, like crouched,
Yeah.
bones out.
Yeah, y'all are starting to weird me out.
Yeah, like he's
Oh,
like
geez.
they're just like shuffling piles of like the bones across. Like he's taking, I'll take these ones. I would like this, this, and this, and basically like shuffling
Hey,
out
Grimlock.
like dividing the bones. Yeah, sorry.
Nico have
From behind Satir, you see popping out of his little blanket fort with the head in a bag. And there's that inquisitive, should we kind of shrug that a person does? Like, up to you.
I didn't really get what you mean.
He's saying, should he will cast message then instead and say, should we just give her the head? That's why we took it.
I thought we took it
Probably.
to speak with Dead and then give her the head after she pulls out the teeth.
The primary purpose was to give to Satir.
Like, it's up to you, man. Like I don't really mind.
I will then kind of do the Xerxes walk over and kind of tug on, to not interrupt because she's very focused right now, but kind of tug on Satir's clothing. I got, well, you technically got part of her too,
Yeah.
and I'm going to pull the. This is most of her head, teeth still intact.
she has not grabbed anything quicker in her life. As if she's using her 80 speed to rip it from your hand.
I will ask you, Satir, to not desecrate the head just yet. We want to be able to ask it questions.
She is not going to listen to that. And she's immediately going to tear out all of the teeth, the eyes,
And there goes that
and
idea.
begin to sew up the eyes and mouth.
The only thing missing is an ear.
Ooh.
Like, okay. I turn back to the group and see what's going on. I'm like, okay.
I believe in you, Shamao.
Final thing, real quick.
Obviously,
She's going to tie the hair to her belt, and the head will lay there for now. Sorry, continue.
It's like, obviously, you believe in me. I'm awesome. I can handle anything. But okay, so the divine are the divine are certain that it is a scam. The lady in question, Aisha, I believe, was to marry some other guy called Karim. I don't know. But the Spitak are certain that it is true love. To get rid of evil divine whatever
Accusations. My bad.
accusations.
I'm dyslexic.
Me too. This is
So this is double worse.
yes.
Dyslexics of the world untie.
Wow, well,
Like you're trying to do at this moment.
Yeah, and not going well at all.
Right. Yes. Okay.
so like, what do you think? Like, yes, like it probably would just be best like one of them, like just like two of them beat shit out of each other, and they just say who wins, who gets the, yeah, you know.
I mean, it would be the easiest thing for us, but
It also means the least bloodshed between them, you know. Like at least it seems kind of fair.
I know this is going to take us time and be pain in our asses, but maybe we could go find two people and find out what exactly is going on and alleviate any possible bloodshed and not having one group lording it over the other group. I'm just saying.
I guess we could.
I suppose if this guy is a scammer and a homewrecker, then as a homewrecker, I have some sort of divine duty or whatever as an avatar to deal with it, I guess. Aye, all right. We are pulling our boat over. We will come and sort this out.
Pull this boat over right now.
You kids,
please
I will
put,
turn this boat around if you don't.
And please
In the
put your
mean-
characters here on the map that you're
Alright.
taking along.
Could you please pull out my horse because I would have brought it back several days ago.
Hmm.
This is my horse. My horse is amazing.
Amazing. Give it a lick. It touches like raisins.
I think this time I would like to, if possible, to bring my brother along. To aid in translations.
All right.
I would also like to bring Omarosa.
We
'Cause
can put her
healing.
on the map. I'll put Hori on the map.
Oh, we need to put ourselves on the map, right?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not gonna bring Shrubbery along. Shrubbery's too delicate for this work.
Mm-hmm.
He's a delicate little plant boy, and I will not have him die. I would use a 300 gold crystal just to bring that thing back. Don't test me.
I'm going to look at the rest of the group. Like,
You're not on the map yet. I'm on the tab.
you know, before we get on the map, I'm going to look at the rest of the. Maybe we should bring along McGelvin.
Why?
He's actually been useful as of late.
We could, but it's just like we're just trying to go find out if a guy's getting scammed.
That is true. Bring in the camel too for her to ride with somebody.
Hey, Satir, you coming? Oh, there you are. You're right beside me.
Of course.
Hmm.
There's nothing else better to do on the ship.
Yeah. We'll divide the bones up correctly later. Oh, and I hope you like the comb. It looks nice on you.
You just
She ties her hair back and then puts the comb inside.
Yeah, that was the kind of idea. Trying to find a good image for it. Like, I don't know exactly what imagery he would have scrimshot onto it, but you know.
You do see Amonhotep wiping like eye juice off of himself, since you literally did all of this right below him. Like blood and eye juice.
You're wasting good eye juice there.
Would you like it?
And she offers one of the eyes that dangle from the stem.
No, thank you.
I'll take it.
She hands it over to you within your claws.
I pop it in my mouth.
I believe we are to see this diplomacy that was spoken of through Shaimao.
What?
Shaimao, are you bringing Humphrey too?
Oh shit!
three.
I forgot he existed. Yeah, he's good on the boat.
Xerxes, you coming?
I am awesome at
was
forgetting
debating
things.
not really. I mean, diplomacy is one thing. But maybe I'll go and just kind of watch it. Something I don't really feel comfortable getting involved in, but I'll maybe keep an eye on things. I can get back to the ship if I need to.
Fair enough.
Alright.
As we paddle over GM, just to get it going, can I throw aid on a couple of us?
Sure. Tell me who you're putting 8 on so I can put it in my notes.
We're going to go the squishy ones, so me, Satir, and Shaimao. We will pop it at level 3 as usual, so we'll each get 10 extra hit points.
I now have the hit points of a warrior.
No, you don't.
I can dream. Right.
They're a demigod, you know.
Yes.
Every time they say demigod, I think of Hercules.
Yeah.
Hercules, Hercules.
I was about to do the same thing. Get off my brainwave, Alice. And GM, just to clarify, I had talked about doing it and typed it out. Could I have changed Kara into an acceptable?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, thank you. I will remove the components. I just always like to confirm.
I'm genuinely excited to see how Shy Mao handles diplomacy with somebody that wants to flee from such things and just have fun and adventure to handle something more serious. So this is exciting.
I'm gonna need more spell components. I'm running low on familiar components.
Sis, it's all yours. I will be translating to your friends.
Okay.
I never
Spies
get to
don't
do
make good negotiators.
And I never get to do this. I'll lean down to the feline brethren. Would you like to ride on my shoulder?
Sure thing. Whoopa.
Awesome.
He jumps upwards.
So I have a cat. So I have a cat and a very tiny albatross on each shoulder.
Love it.
Albatrosses are a bad omen.
So
Only
because
if you
Hori is
kill them,
here,
I
I
think.
will review, and Hori just spends his time translating what they are saying. He's not going to translate what you guys are saying. So that's why I have to do Shamao's work. So it's a one-way communication. Think of it as like having comprehend languages on for now.
So you don't have to type at me. Yeah.
And I don't need to pop comprehend languages then. Okay. So
Yeah, step out in between these two groups. Yeah, I looked at each of them and I'm like, all right, can a representative from each group who is most connected to this issue please step forward to act as representatives?
Hey Mao, can I get a little? Actually, I have range on this stuff now. I'll let you know if I can tell if somebody's not being truthful.
That would be of great help. Thank you.
Well, two men step forward. When one says, one of the Divian side says, I am Aisha's father. The other one steps forward and says, I am Fazel's father.
Yeah, I see. I see. And these are the two that have disappeared and or are eloping, or
Yes. As Aisha's father says, that man's son has kidnapped my daughter, taking her away. He and is doing Ahura knows what to her. He has done that already, and he has done that to already too many women. I will not accept this.
many women. Interesting. Is there? Do you have anything to Yeah.
He has done it to 7 women.
Intriguing.
Some just traveling by, others, other village members. We cannot accept this anymore.
Shimao, ask him, are any of those women here?
Sure. Are any of these women here to back up your claim?
They are back in the village.
Oh, yes. Yes, these are all men. So hard to tell with you hairless types.
I know, right? I know. We probably don't know
Has a
exactly.
beard. See the
You gotta
chest
remember,
there.
all dwarves have beards, so
Yeah. I find beards to be a sign of jealousy towards us furry kind. Anyway, onto the very well. And you are certain? She nods to the guy's father, the Spitak. You are certain that this is a genuine relationship and that your son is not responsible for these things.
My son is many things,
Mhm.
but he is not a scammer nor a seducer. What happened was that my son thinks and believes that he can get rich by investing money and making more money out of that instead of the farming life that we were born to and the fishing life that we were born to. And he has dreams of making it big. He has had relationships with multiple women and they were very much in love with him, and he told them about his dreams and his plans, and they agreed with his ideas and plans, and they just happened to backfire, and that's how they lost their money. Bad investments. My son did not gain money or wealth from any of those moments. He just made stupid mistakes.
Okay. Can
Those
I do
women
an
before him cannot take responsibility and blame him as a scammer. Go ahead, Xerxes. What did you want to say?
I would like to, because I was planning on this, I would like to do an insight, but I'm doing it more on the, because I'm getting a translation. It's the body motion and stuff.
Mhm.
Is he fidgeting? But I'm wanting to know more or less. He probably believes this, but I want to know if he believes what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if
I,
he's trying
Go
to
ahead,
cover
make
up
an
for his
insight
son.
check. I'll
Thank
give
you.
you disadvantage specifically because he's talking a different language.
Yeah. And I had cast enhance
Yeah.
ability there. I didn't want to interrupt your description
Yes.
there, but I had cast it for wisdom,
So
as you'd see.
you'll
That
do
way
it
I can.
normal.
Yep. A straight roll. I figured I would have disadvantage.
I too should be rolling insight on these people. I always forget to do that.
Well, with a 21, you're fairly confident that he thinks he's telling the truth, at least. If it is the actual truth, is a different matter, but he seems to be
Well,
completely sincere in what he's telling.
people are. My thinking on this is people will go to war over their personal beliefs, whether it's real in the long run or not.
Interesting.
And I
Interesting.
will whisper, if I may, to Mao just quickly. He seems to believe it.
Yes.
Not sure
Well,
why I whispered on my end, but that's what you get, Mao.
yeah.
Quickly, so that I'm not taking up you trying to listen to these people. I'm just saying he seems to believe it.
The only thing my son is guilty of is stupidity, and he has already paid the price for that by losing his house, losing his savings, and living back with me.
Ah, intriguing. Intriguing. Stupidity can often be seen as malice.
yes, but it is weird. It has happened 7 times.
That is true. As my friend pointed out to me, it is weird to have happened 7 times. Is your son really that bad at learning from his mistakes?
He's stubborn. He thinks that if he keeps trying again and again, at some point he will succeed.
All right.
And he gets he gets his girlfriends all hyped up about it too, and that's why they invest money in it.
Mm-hmm.
Their own money.
Getting others involved isn't always the best decision, but having like goals and hopes, we can't wrong him for that.
Exactly.
Mm.
My boy is a
Mm.
stupid boy. But
Right.
being a
How old
stupid
is
boy
your
does
son?
not warrant these false accusations.
Mao,
Yes.
can you ask them how old the people are, the eloping pair?
Yes. Right. My associate has asked me to ask you of your children's ages.
Aisha is 19 years old.
Mm.
Fazel is 24 years old.
Mm. Let me see. I
Still young
see.
enough to make mistakes.
Mm.
He kind of chuckles.
Right. Well, I can definitely see you are both very sure of your convictions. But I cannot reach a true decision on this without first speaking to the couple in question. So I will ask you both and all here to stand down and allow me, an avatar uh, of Shinira, to speak to the couple and find out the truth of the situation.
That's good, but we do not know where they are, they both reply. They walked away.
Ah. I look to the clouds. How long ago?
This morning.
There is a storm coming.
I may be
Ask
able to help.
ask them if they have any belonging that we could see, or if they are holding on to anything that is particularly unique.
They both say you could look in their rooms, see if you can find something.
Yes. Do you have any idea what sort of direction they might have gone in? Did anyone see them leave?
Yes, points at another one. One of the Divians points at another Divian and like says, "You saw it, right?" Yeah. I saw them leave at the middle between our borders, and they went north, direction of the desert north.
Question: were they on foot or not?
Yeah, foot.
I think
Alright.
if we're
We
quick,
don't
we can
have
get.
we don't have any. The only rideable mounts we have here are donkeys.
Very well. Okay, this is what is going to happen. My companions and I are going to track down your wayward children and return them home. And we will get to the bottom of this mess. You two groups are perfectly welcome to beat the ever-living crap out of each other and kill each other, but do know that my lizard folk friend here will probably devour your corpses. So, that is a thing.
Shamal, you should also mention to them that there is a sandstorm, a large one, coming today, and they might want to go back to their villages and batten down the hatches.
Oh, yes. There's also a sandstorm that it will approach today. A bad one. So, you could fight out here killing each other, again, becoming food for my lizard folk friend. and our large cat that remains on the ship. Oh, and our contingent of wolves. And let your homes be destroyed by the sands, or you can go home, batten down the hatches, and wait for our return.
They nod as a group, and they start running to go back home.
Yes.
May I, in that moment, for my own thing, does it seem like it's just these two parents riling up these fights, like the other men didn't really want to fight? That's the instance I'm getting.
You can make another insight check with disadvantage, so normal.
Yeah, I was gonna ask is, I don't know how long we've been talking, so my spell is still up.
Yeah.
And I will insight. Give me a second because it keeps wanting to do advantage. Let me fix that real quick. That's not fair. So insight. There we go. Public roll. Submit.
You're fairly confident from the body language that you saw, is that these people are probably constantly looking for an excuse to fight each other.
Okay. So an American reference would be like Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I didn't catch because I was dealing with a cat. Were they actually armed, or did they just have rudimentary
their weapons were basically tools that that they repurposed as weapons. The father of Aisha stays for a little moment there. It's like, one thing, my daughter is already betrothed to Sheikh Karim, who lives in Tabris, who is currently selling his assets in Tabris to live in our village and build a large house here where she can live. I am very certain that if you bring my daughter back, I can write you a letter, and when you come into Tabris, if Sheikh Karim is still there, Karim is still there, he would certainly reward you for saving his betrothal.
What was the name of the city, please, GM again?
Tabris. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's your it is your destination when you're like yeah. Go ahead.
Out of curiosity, how did your daughter react to the news of her betrothal?
Excited. She was about to get married.
Right.
To a wealthy man. A better match could not be fought for her.
Ask him.
Insight on that one.
He seems to be probably even lying to himself.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to believe it. He wants to believe it. But because he has this like makeshift idea of what a perfect husband would be for his daughter. So he's basically lying to himself that he starts believing in what he claims himself.
Can I ask a kind of stupid question real quick? Is the father wearing a wedding band?
No.
Okay. I have a reason for asking, so don't think I'm too crazy, but I wanted to see if maybe he's hopeful for his daughter to have something he can't. And these are all human? Question mark.
Yes.
Human appearing, at least.
As the father like runs away to hold out the fort.
Well,
we should follow him. We need to get something of hers so we can track her.
Do we?
I think we were thinking the same thing of using locate object, but I'm pretty sure It would. I have it prepared, but I'm pretty sure with us knowing very little about this person, because we have to know something she has on her.
Well, I was more thinking that if we got an item with her scent on it, Grimlock, and he could track her or him if as long as they had an item with their scent on it.
Hmm.
Grimlock has been shown to be a good tracker. Or my horse.
Your horse is not a good tracker.
My horse is the best
Somewhere
tracker.
a halfling on a boat shivers.
Um, ah,
But
right.
no,
Grimlock, you and I believe, are the best trackers. Do you think it would be useful to get something from her home for scent?
Possibly. I could just like sniff the dad, maybe. I don't know.
I can also aid with
Mm.
magic like I've done before for you, Grimlock.
I'd
We
imagine
could go
not
to
many
the-
people are heading out into the desert with a freaking storm on the way.
Yeah.
So,
This is not exactly the best day. But it's but I could try to track them down if we had maybe something I could go off of.
That's also my fear is you're all quite a bit faster than I am. I may slow you down.
Oh,
we
you can
have
ride.
mounts.
Yeah.
I will not ride one. I do not
You
care to ride.
how about riding me?
That I can do. You're a friend.
Cool.
That sounded dirty. Funny but dirty.
No. No, I don't think so.
There's just a
glad.
blank stare from the child.
I'm just glad none of them noticed the the mutilated head on Satir's waist.
I think it's quite
I think-
fashionable.
I honestly think that they noticed. They just didn't say anything. Especially after you mentioned the wolves and the troops and
Also,
us.
like seeing your
Hmm.
ship, that is like enough confirmation. Like we do not have the resources to deal with this if we had to fight you guys.
I was really thinking these guys were accepting of us jumping in and telling them what to do. They were way too quick to accept it.
Mini fact. Mini.
Yes, dear. Use your words.
I cannot
Alex
English once
tries to
again.
talk. Take two.
Honestly, like I was worried because and it's just like
Yeah.
You know what? Give me a minute. My tongue is not tonguing.
Mm-hmm.
Bizzle,
Alright.
bizzle, 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 clizzle, bizzle, middle, middles.
We need to act quickly, so if we are going to their place to find something that we can use to track, we need to do it very quickly. I do
yes.
not know when the storm will hit.
Zephyr, follow that man. And I will go into a trot following the father and say, "We need an item of your daughter's that she is worn."
He can't understand you.
I will grab Shamal and say, come back and say, "Shamal, get on the horse. We're going to go get the father."
Using that now like Google Translate.
Yes, basically.
You shake her a little bit and she can translate.
Yeah.
Remember now, you can always say
Xerxes.
no.
Xerxes says worry on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Does
Perfect timing.
That's perfect.
does Amon
I
Hotep
actually have a
always
cat on
treat
my
my
shoulder right now.
does Amon Hotep always treat my sister like this?
And Amon Hotep is away, right?
Yeah, they're running. They're driving away.
Translation.
Set me up.
He tends to treat a lot of people like they're below him, but I don't think it's meant with any bit of like meanness or anything. I think it's just whenever you're in a position of power for so long, you just instinctively become the boss.
I will have words with him. One
gonna
does
get
not
told
treat
on
my
by
sister
cat.
like this.
And for that, my
Ah.
mighty friend, I will give you head scritches. And I
Oh,
just
yeah,
reach up
good.
and
So
Many
I
have
found
been
out my arch
defeated.
nemesis in this game is Xerxes, so that's good to know.
Many,
What were you saying there,
Go
Balloon?
ahead, Satir, you wanted
Yeah.
to say something.
many hags find it actually very fashionable to do this sort of thing. To line the ones that run away around their belt.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking about this actually. I could possibly make it into like a shrunken head type deal. I bet you I could
Exactly what
probably.
I was going to do.
Yeah, oh, I could help you with it if you need help.
I was thinking to gather salt, but I would like to see your way.
I genuinely have no idea, but I want to try.
That will be a beautiful experience with one another then. I
Hey,
will
listen,
gather the supplies when we get back to the ship. It will be an all-night process.
we'll keep adding more. We should find more of their leaders and just put them on a belt.
Yes, it would be lovely.
I'm pretty sure Omarosa is listening to this. Her eyes as big as fucking saucers. Just like, nope, not gonna say anything about this.
Like honestly, I'm up for like putting anybody on that belt. Like we should just find everybody we dislike and just put them on the belt. It'll be like, now anytime we're like, fuck you, we'll be like, hey, look at the belt. You'll be on that belt.
I was thinking of creating a sort of necklace for you of charms for the ones that you hate. To add a bone each time.
That could work.
Perhaps the one between the shoulder blades, where the neck is in its mid, a wishbone of sorts.
Oh, like a spinal, like a piece of spinal column, basically. Like they thread very well onto a necklace.
That would be nice.
Out of character, how are you two scarier than Paladin of Conquest? What the fuck?
What even is our party, dude?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
even-
hello.
Maybe you need to
What the
conquest
hell?
better. Alright. At that time as well, Amon and Shamao reach the village because it's not that far away, and the man shows you into Aisha's room. You can make an investigation check to see if you find anything useful.
Again.
Okay. 13.
Alright, so Amon, what's up? You look around, and you notice as you're looking around that it seems like there has been a struggle inside this room, and that the window was forcibly opened by force. So it is damaged because of it, and in terms of items that you find, is you see you find a bracelet that clearly has still a scent of her smell on it.
Question.
I'm distracted by a fish in a bowl.
I was about to say you
Ooh.
were distracted by some yarn, but anyway.
She looks at the cushion and there's something coming out. And there's like, need to tap it, need to tap it, need to tap it. Oh no, the cushion is broken.
Nah.
Ah!
Yeah.
While she's doing that, from that investigation check, do I notice, like, did she pack anything? You said this room was...
What you
There was
know,
altercation.
there was a struggle and nothing was packed from the room.
Fuck. What are you doing? Why are you tapping that? You have to go. There was a
I'm
struggle.
I'm fully on my back, just tapping it, and as you catch my attention, I just look at you and I'm like, "Tell no one." And then I bat it again before getting up.
We will discuss it later. I might use for a favor one day. No, there was a struggle in this room. One
Ah,
I don't even think we have time to go check the other person's room, but someone took
No.
her. We have to go.
yes, definitely
Yes.
look. Yes. Yes.
We
For the
should
others.
not. Yes, we should not tell the father.
As we like leave the room, but then I run back in and give it one more tap before leaving.
And suddenly I'm just right behind you. Come along.
Yeah.
Have to go.
But it was fun.
I will get you one on the ship. Let's go.
Oh, I will get no work done. Do I even work on this ship?
No, you don't.
No, you just order people around.
Oh yeah,
If you feel like it.
I am awesome. Ah, wait.
So, so we go at full trot on Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the group. Explain to them what's going on. I toss the bracelet to Grimlock, and it's like, we need to move now. Because they're going into the desert. One of them appears not to want to go. And that sun might be just as bad as we think he is.
Okay.
That or it's debt collectors.
Yes.
What?
Dreaded
What?
tax collectors.
No, tax collectors don't work that way.
They're the enemy of all peoples.
This
Again,
is true.
we are not the enemy. And y'all look at Amonhotep when he's and Amaros is just like whistling in the sky. It's like, we are not the enemy. I mean, tax collectors are not the enemy of all people. We need to go right now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, Satia and Xerxes, you okay to get it? Like, I'm gonna turn into something. You get on my back. That'll good.
That is fine. I will do so.
I'm gonna turn into something that I don't have you don't have a saddle to sit on, but it's something that I think any character could sit on reasonably. It's giant elk.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, it's huge, so it can carry at least quite a bit.
I will say that Xerxes would know Sultanite sends out their paladins conquest to collect taxes because
People that don't pay on time.
exactly.
Amonhotep,
Hmm.
I've learned recently that you do a sort of ritual when you marry one another in this place. A dowry. A dowry? A dowry.
That is what it is called. Yes.
You give many sheep and poultry, cows and cattle, horses.
It depends on the local custom. Yes.
How many cows for a person?
It depends on. So
That is a
the
good
general thing is that the daughter pays the dowry, as much as she can collect. So she would try to get you as many cows as possible to be worth more. But it depends on the person. Some people only have a handful of coins or a sheep or two. And it also depends on what the other family thinks of it. Like if they want you in the family, it could be as low as making them a sweater. But if they don't want you in the family, the dowry could be quite high, like 20 oxen and 10 sheep, which would be only the rich would be able to have that, which is why they would do that.
That would be worth all the cows and all the sheep.
That is a big number.
We're saying this as we're riding, right?
Yes, this is right.
Okay.
You're just like on, like you're just like sitting, like I think I'm so. I think one thing about the elk though, I think it's so big. You could like sit basically like cross-legged on his back, basically as he goes. It's pretty.
Sit on one side and speak to Amonhotep. Right
No, I
next
just
to him.
I love how huge this thing is. It's just so much fun. I just the idea of a
It's
giant
also a
elk like
very
basically going through.
powerful combat creature.
Yes, actually, yes.
Out of character, I was just using like the old ancient dowry rules. I don't know if that's actually the rules for Unique's game. Is it?
Not necessarily, depends. So there's like that is the normal thing, but like it can also be the other way around, where
It's the son, yeah.
where a man pays to marry a woman.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it depends on the
can be
culture
both
area.
sides. It generally depends on how much the person that wants to marry, if there's a price. Like it could be nothing, where it's just like two families just wanting to be friends, and then two of the heirs of the family falling in love, or it could be or you want to carry favor, no one's going to deny getting married to the daughter of a sultan. Like I can marry her for free, of course I will.
Arranged marriages where you sell off your kids.
You have to
They're
account for,
great.
like, in ancient times, kids were seen as property.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's
Like-
it. You have to
still
account
are
for
by a
it.
lot
Yeah.
of people.
Yeah.
Also, in ancient times, the reason that like the poor had so many children was one, the survival rate was low, but
Yeah.
two, you needed them to work the freaking farm. So that's why people had like 13 kids.
Yeah.
But as we are writing, I will look at Xerxes. Xerxes, I noticed you are no longer wearing that amulet that you used to wear, and you are wearing your the crown.
I've got it here in case I need it.
Could I possibly use it?
Give me through this adventure, because I'm trying to decide, and this is me saying out of game, I'm actually trying to decide which one of the two is going to benefit for me the best. I'm trying to decide between my amulet and my grimoire to see which one will benefit me more.
What if you're a wizard? Oh yeah, but you're
Fair.
mixed class. Never mind. Fair. Yeah.
As you follow the smell trail, you come towards the border of the Greenlands and into the area of the desert sands, where you can see still footprints of the people. And you can make me, each of you can make me a survival check.
Yeah.
Oh, each of us. Okay.
Well, I assume you're all looking at it, so. Well, Shamal already critted it, so it
Holy whoa,
doesn't
moly.
really matter anymore.
Yeah.
Shamal.
Not roll.
Yeah. You conclude as you see the trail. You have two conclusions that you see as you are following the trail and seeing it. Is first off, those are two footprints. That's a footprint of. Those are two footprints of a woman, of two different women, and one footprint of a man.
Oh, and then one moon.
So, you're fairly confident as you followed the trail correctly through the scent. So these have to be, or you're 99% sure these are their footprints. At least two of them are. There's a third factor involved that you did not know about. And then the other thing with your survival check that you figured out is you look up. You're like, oh no. The sandstorm is going to begin in just a couple of minutes. And when the sandstorm begins, if we don't rush forward, we're going to lose tracks and we're going to lose the smell. And while it will not be impossible to find them, it'll make it so much more difficult.
Yes. No time for caution. Sandstorm
so
in
there's a
imminent.
choice to be made. Do you go into the desert to see the sandstorm? Or go to pass through the sandstorm and try and follow the trail?
Sandstorms in minutes. Are we
I
tracing
say
these
we
guys?
go.
Because if we are, we do not have time.
I say we go. I'm very excited about this.
All right. And I will be with you, heading into the eye of the storm. Unless the eye of the storm is over there. In which case, we will not be going into the eye of the storm. We will be going by the eye of the storm. Yes.
Anyone have an objection?
No
No.
objections, except can we in the session for the day because
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
going to end the session
Perfect.
here, but
Xerxes
Ori
is
looks a
looking
bit worried.
very-
Is like, I don't think I'm good to fight a sandstorm.
Right.
Here, and I will unfold the scarf a little bit because it's very long, so he has something to curl up into for a little bit of protection.
Goes in. Okay.
It's not the best, but here I'll pull my hood up too, and I'll pull my hood up with the scarf and everything, so that he's like behind my neck with this larger hood up.
Yes. As you all get ready and rush through, you feel the winds getting stronger, the sand moving around, and the sandstorm has begun. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Uh,
I just thought about something as well. It's a good thing I have like my goggles of night because they do work